And he's threatening to restart the war in Gaza if hostages are not released this Saturday. Hamas has threatened a delay, accusing Israel of violating a ceasefire. President Trump has warned Hamas must now release all of the hostages this weekend. He's been meeting with Jordan's king, who has repeated his country's opposition to displacing Palestinians from Gaza and the West Bank. But he says regional partners will discuss a response to the Trump plan for rebuilding Gaza.
The president is looking at Egypt coming to present their plan. As I said, we will be in Saudi Arabia to discuss how we can work with the president and with the United States.
President Trump not backing down.
We're going to keep it, and we're going to make sure that there's going to be peace, and there's not going to be any problem, and nobody's going to question it, and we're going to run it very properly.
Talking about his Gaza rebuild plan, Jordan has agreed to take in 2,000 Gaza children in need of medical care. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The weather could have caused some problems. 36 degrees and cloudy in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar is clear. All the trouble is currently in southern Indiana. Low of 29 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 302. Roads could be slick late tomorrow with snow and freezing rain, possibly moving into Indiana. Mike Kosh at the National Weather Service says some parts of the state will get more ice than others.
If you're in like Hamilton or Boone County or northern Marion County, that kind of thing, there's more of a concern of freezing rain up that way. But there's still a chance we could see some freezing rain, as far south as southern Marion County as well.
Kosh says multiple storms are on the way this week. Some of you could even get a little bit of snow today. Initial approval was given to a bill aimed at giving you some relief on property taxes. Kurt Darling reports.
It's a significantly scaled back version of the bill that passed the Senate's Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee. It still freezes local property taxes paid in calendar year 2026, as well as gives extra relief to homeowners over the age of 65. It also includes tax credits for first-time home buyers who meet certain income requirements, but the bill is tamped down to the tune of about $1 billion. Local governments would now only see a revenue hit of about $600 million over the next 3 years. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Morgan County Data Center project, which involves rezoning about 300 acres in central Indiana, is facing some pushback, with Monrovia Town Council President Tammy Everett raising concerns about noise and pollution.
We just plain need more information and more time to process. We have asked for information, but have been told everyone associated with the town must sign a non-disclosure agreement if they want to know what's going on.
The data centers planned near State Road 42 between West Union and North Antioch roads. On Monday, the Morgan County Plan Commission approved the plan, and it moved to the commissioners for final approval. And a couple million egg-laying birds had to be killed recently at a farm near Seymour because of the bird flu. And now with the strained supply chain, IU economist Carol Rogers tells Wish TV you're probably going to be paying even more for eggs now, probably north of $5 or $6.
Because the demand is so high and continuously high that probably by mid to late summer.
Rogers expects that's when you can see egg prices starting to go back down. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Greetings from our agency, your Indiana Health Insurance pros. And a thank you to our loyal customers for making our agency a national sales leader for the 7th straight year. We recently saved a family of 4 over $500 monthly when compared to their ACA plan. You know it's still Obamacare, right? We've recently saved a 61-year-old retiring couple over $600 when compared to their COBRA plan. Breaking news. We are now able to offer health insurance to employer groups of all sizes with 2 of the largest insurers in the Midwest. We'll be here when you need us. Quoting my favorite president, what the heck do you have to lose? We can help. As always, God bless America, or at least what's left of her.
Call Ron or Terry at 317-563-0868. That's 317-563-0868. Or go to rragency.org. That's rragency.org. A health plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
But traffic on the 5s at 3:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison looking at eastbound 465 and starting too slow from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 69, tight from 21st to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by PureTalk.com. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month under 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For today, cloudy skies as snow misses us off to the south. High temperatures in the upper 30s. Tonight, mostly cloudy to cloudy. Lows in the upper 20s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
Nigel, Jason Hammer, right over there. The Senate panel advanced a, well, I guess you could call it a scaled-down version of Governor Braun's property tax plan.
They gutted it, Nige. They gutted this thing.
So I was putting it mildly. That was gently. I was a little gentle there when I said scaled down. They gutted it like a fish.
Don't give it to me gentle. Bring the heat. Because these needle wieners absolutely deserve to be mocked publicly.
Who are the needle wieners?
This would be your, I'm going to use air quotes. So if you're on the YouTube chat, check it out. The Republicans on the Senate Tax Committee at the Indiana State House.
Needle wieners.
So before we name said wieners, this is what happened. So the big SB 1, Senate Bill 1, the biggest, most important bill, the thing that Governor Braun, Lieutenant Governor Beckwith have really been hanging their hats on. This was the biggest issue in local election in the state of Indiana, okay? This was issue number 1, people getting screwed on their property taxes. Well, what's going to happen now is that they moved this bill forward, but they gutted a lot of it. So when you see the headline on, like, your local TV station, property tax bill moves forward, that's not necessarily the case. A property bill is moving forward.
It ain't the same one that it started out to be.
So this bill, it gives a little relief for those over the age of 65, homeowners.
Okay.
It gives a little relief for disabled veterans.
Okay.
And has first-time homebuyer tax credit if you meet the requirements there. Okay, those are 3 areas where that's good. Literally everybody else gets the shaft.
Wait, so
everyone.
You're saying like my property taxes have all but doubled in the past 10 or 11 years I've been living in Boone County? Nothing?
Nothing
right there, nothing. Not going. None of this talk about going back to 2021.
Nope, not going to happen.
No,
not going to happen. Nigel, my house is paid for. My house is completely paid off, and I get nothing. Like, I'm waiting for Willy Wonka to just kick open the door. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Because these needle wieners bought into all of the special interest, the local government, and all the fear-mongering. Like, Carmel's mayor came out. Well, if these property tax, relief plans happen, we might have to choose between having a police department and fancy mannequins in the street. What are we supposed to do? Like, and the local townie pages. Like,
what a Sophie's choice that is.
The local townie pages. I think a lot of people are involved in those types of things. The school districts are all trying to fear monger you. Well, if this passes, we're going to get gutted. I don't know how we're going to survive. You know who says that? Every single school that wants a referendum, including the ones that did not have them pass. Guess what happened afterwards? They found a way. Heaven forbid you actually keep a budget. You run things like a business. You don't just expect free handouts all the time. Sometimes you got to make cuts. That sucks. But perhaps the school admin making $100,000 to run a Facebook page could have to bite the dust. Or maybe, just maybe, the $54 million government-funded hotel, which went over cost in Carmel, might have to find some other way of happening. But the fear-mongering scared all of these people. They are Travis Holdman, Scott Baldwin, Brian Buchanan, Ed Charbonneau, Mike Gaskell, Ryan Mishler, Rick Niemeyer, Linda Rogers, Greg Walker, Kyle Walker. We've posted all of their names on our social media, Facebook and Twitter. Please share and let everybody know who the crooks are that do not want the majority of you to have any sort of money in your pocket or tax relief.
You know, and it's very base. You said your house is paid off, but Hammer, what if something happens What if you can't make that tax payment? What if your house? What if you can't make several tax payments and you're in arrears, and all of a sudden your paid-off house is not so much paid? It's not your house anymore. It's not your property. It's never your property. It's never yours 100%, right?
Right. And if I'm having a trouble economically, you know what I have to do? A budget. I've got to figure out other things in my life to cut out.
I'm going to have to cut out something so I can pay these property taxes of the house that I own outright, no mortgage.
Correct. I'm going to have to do those things. Any business owner does it. Any person that lives in a home does it. You know who doesn't do it? Local government. Local governments and school corporations. Now, maybe not every school corporation, but a bunch of them. There are so many admins, so many people making well over six figures. You would throw up if you saw the budgets. So this is my challenge to all of these schools and local governments. If you really feel like people like me, people like Nigel, people like you listening to this show can't get any sort of tax relief because the schools will belly up and you'll lose police, show all of your budget. Post it online. Show what each employee makes, show where the money's going, and then be open to an audit, because I don't trust you SOBs to do it properly. If you're up to doing all that, then let's have a conversation. But until then, the fear-mongering sucks, but you know what sucks worse? These needle wieners that bought into it. They cannot have their school board and angry red-shirted teachers and angry local mayors yelling at them, so they caved. They caved.
Country music artist Hoyt Axton once said on this program earlier this week, "Where did the money go?"
Where did the money go? Now, if I'm Governor Braun, and this is my key signature piece of legislation, if this is Senate Bill 1, I'm pissed off. Like, I feel like Governor Braun needs to go full DeSantis. Remember in Florida when there were some old establishment squish that tried to get cute when Ron DeSantis was coming up through the ranks and became the governor? He put the kibosh to that real quick. Got primary challengers, got him out of there, and since then, Florida has been a lean, mean, red machine. Used to be a swing state. It's not the case anymore. And a big part of that is because of Ron DeSantis and what he's done with down-ballot Republicans. This is disgusting. Again, share and totally mock those people that gave you two middle fingers. I'm happy about the people over 65. I'm happy about the disabled veterans and those who qualify as first-time homeowners. But people like us, people like you, me, Allison, everybody listening that pays their taxes, that goes to work on time, that does everything right, you just got two middle fingers. And a lot of these SOBs ran on saving you money and tax relief.
And then we're going to get dinged, you and I, and guys like Rob Kendall. Well, you don't care about the firefighters. You don't care about public safety because that's the first thing to get cut. You don't care about education. No. No, you work to do a budget. You put in the work to go line by line to see what you could cut to give your constituents a break in terms of property taxes.
Exactly.
You don't always have to go to the public safety. Public safety, that's it. Property taxes, public safety, that's it.
But it works apparently, so get ready for more of it. Every referendum, if it doesn't pass, they're going to line up school children and shoot them execution style. And these people right here will buy it hook, line, and sinker.
Goodness gracious.
Every one of them. So again, if you're one of these people that feel like, oh, you don't care about the police, you don't care about the firefighters, post your budget. That's my challenge. Post your budget line by line. Tell us who makes what. Tell us where the money goes. Be open to an audit. If you're honestly willing to do that, then we got a ball game here. But if not, bite me. This is ridiculous. Hey, in happier news, Nige, the online series Subway Takes. Are you familiar with Subway Takes?
No, I'm not.
Well, you're old. Allison, do you, as a younger person, know the online series Subway Takes?
Do they go to Subway sandwich shops?
See, I'm not the only one here. I've been, just on a side note, I've been obsessed with Seinfeld for decades. And still to this day, I can't stop watching it at night. I watch nothing else at night but Seinfeld. So tell me about Subway Takes.
It's kind of a popular online series, and this is an episode where a guy is arguing his point of something that all men should have to do at least once in their lifetime. Tell me if you agree or disagree, Nige.
So what's your take?
Every man should have to wear a Speedo to the beach at least once.
I've never done it, and I'll never do it.
Why? Are you scared?
Of course.
No, you shouldn't be scared. You hear that? That's the sound of thousands of women in the comment section saying, we're scared, but we have to be naked at the beach.
Bruh.
Get naked. Imagine a world we can all wear Speedos at least once and go, okay, that wasn't for me, but I got to experience it.
But why?
If America wants public transit, if America wants universal health care, where are those things? Europe. What do they do in Europe? Speedos. That's what we're missing. Number one, I want people to be free. Number two, I'm greedy. I want to see it.
I tell you what, I'm about down. I'm the lowest I've ever been. 210, 215 right now. I was up at 235 in October, man. I was a whale.
I was at 271 at one point.
I know you and I had different body types. I know, but and you have lost a crap load of weight too. If I can get by the 1st of April, is when we're going spring break down in Florida. If I could get down to 200, I'm wearing a Speedo on the beach.
Okay,
I'll get with this guy. Every guy.
Pictures or it didn't happen?
I got to take pictures.
Oh, yeah. Just like these school admins, if you're not willing to post what you're bragging about, then I don't believe you.
All right. If I could get down to 200, which I am very close, which I have not been down to 200 in 20 years, 25 years. I'll wear a Speedo on the beach when I go down to St. Pete the 1st of April.
And maybe that's the momentum, the Kickstarter we need to get some property tax relief here in Indiana. I'm so mad. Matt Bear, what's going on?
All right, fellas, north side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from the 865 interchange to about Michigan Road. Keeping an eye on that delay. Eastbound 465, northeast side slows, Allisonville Road to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Audible. If you're stuck in traffic, why not tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcast, and originals? Hear expert insight on health, relationships, finance, and more. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now, Matt's a guy that obviously could get away with wearing a Speedo.
Yes.
Any problems with a Speedo, Matt?
No, I'd wear mine to the grocery store. That's fine. Wherever.
I don't know what's gotten into me, but I would like to pull off. I've got a month and a half until we head down to Florida for spring break.
Okay.
If I'm down to 200, only if I get down to 200.
Okay.
Speedo. I'm doing it. I don't care what my wife says. I don't care if my kids are embarrassed.
And don't even shave. Don't manscape. Just let it all out there. Let it all out there. Like if these lawmakers are going to be gross to us, it's payback time to them, baby.
But what did Nigel's family do to him? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I was inspired by this online series you were talking. What's it called? Subway Takes?
Yes.
And some guy goes around and asks people on the subway their hot takes on different topics. And his thing was every guy should wear a Speedo. Dude, I've seen fat asses like you wouldn't believe wear Speedos, like it was their right, their duty.
Oh, yeah.
Like people wanted to see them on the beach.
There's always somebody fatter at the beach. It doesn't matter how you feel about yourself.
Okay, I agree with that.
There's always somebody fatter and grosser.
Never be self-conscious out at a public beach.
Correct.
I'm doing it, man.
I'm going to make sure you stay on your diet. Like Beer Sample Friday, you're going to have water.
I'm just going to have a sip.
Water Sample Friday for you. All right, if you guys are fired up, man, stick around with us because Rob Kendall's going to flip out. Jerry Lopez is going to flip out. We got Jeff Foxworthy calling into this show a little bit later on. Not Kenny Rogers. Jeff Boggs is coming up.
My man.
And I'm willing to bet caller roulette is just lit this afternoon at 5:33. So we got a lot of stuff going on. It's 36 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Show your true love and spoil her with that special Valentine's gift from Pierce Jewelers in Carmel that says, I love you. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man. High five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Woo! Up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Howard Bailey Financial is now in Carmel on Rangeline Road. For over 20 years, we've helped people navigate their retirement journeys, and now we're bringing our experience closer to home. Visit retirecarmel.com to schedule your appointment or text Carmel to 888-2621-104 to download a free retirement resource. Together, let's build the retirement you deserve. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
IT professionals, don't choose the wrong recycler. Choose technology recyclers for complete guaranteed data destruction. Why put your data at risk? You work too hard to experience a data loss by selecting the wrong recycler. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
I should have been a cowboy.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Want to do a contest real quick?
Sure.
I think all three of us in this studio are big fans of 90s new hit country. That's where I don't know. That's where I got my chops, man. That's where I grew up. I started out in contemporary Christian radio in 1994. Love 98, WXIR. I spent about 7 months there, then went to 104.5 The Bear. Susquehanna was the giant corporation that owned it then. They also owned FMS. But The Bear was new hit country back then. So, and Allison and Hammer, you worked at that radio station too. So what we're going to do, I don't think we have any alcohol involved here. We're gonna blow through this. All right.
Okay.
Or do we? I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna play like 1 second of very popular country songs.
Okay.
You guys either and just have the pause button ready, okay, Allison?
Okay.
And I just want you guys to see if you can either name the song and or the artist. Not whether you've heard of it before. Okay, we usually do that, but song or the artist. And
are we taking turns here, or is it if you know it,
jump
in?
Should we take turns? Should we
take turns?
Take turns. All right.
Ladies first.
All right, go.
1 second. Okay.
Yep.
I think I know it. Allison, we need an answer.
It's George Strait. I don't.
She got it.
Okay.
Can that count?
We'll give it to you. That's check yes or no, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give that to Allison.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and just play the rest of that, right? Just so we know what it is.
This is how love
Yes,
goes.
okay.
Check yes or no.
Here comes the next one. Oh, yeah.
This is a song that's recently been kind of remade.
Yes.
I know it's Jody Messina.
Yep. That's it.
Heads Carolina, Tails California,
You
or
got
something
it.
like that.
That's
yes.
it.
Heads Carolina, Tails California.
Let's go.
Okay.
I sang that at a county fair one time.
You did?
Did with my sister.
Like on stage?
Okay, if Nigel has to get to Speedo, you've got to recreate that.
All right, moving on.
We need a video of you and your sister singing Jody Messina.
All right, okay,
All
next
right,
one.
I'm not sure about this one. Go ahead.
Oh, I know it. Oh, come on. This is the easy one.
I don't know. I don't know.
Can I tap in? Can I steal?
Yeah,
Tap in.
steal.
That's Chattahoochee. Is that Chattahoochee? No! Dang it!
What is
I didn't
that?
get that
Going
one.
to the Twist and Shout Mary Chapin Carpenter.
I thought it was Chattahoochee.
And
Darn it.
I don't really ever remember playing that song.
I don't
live.
remember that song at all.
Oh, man.
I mean,
I would have lost it all. I would have went all in on Alan Jackson.
That's a new hit country song. Okay, so
It's 1-1. It's back to me.
Yeah,
all
back
right,
to you.
go ahead.
I'm gonna Randy Travis.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
I hope you get a cancerous growth.
I want you to prepare yourself. What you're about to see. That's Randy Travis naked sitting on the end of that truck.
Oh no.
Okay, Allison.
Oh, one more time. That sounds like a Kenny Chesney song.
Nope.
No.
Can I steal?
Yep.
That's How Do You Like Me Now, Toby Keith.
Play it.
How do you like me?
I did not hear that.
Uh-oh.
How do you like me?
All right.
Allison's got to run the table, so go to her.
I told you I'm not.
You'll get this.
Okay. Oh, come on.
That's such a
Oh, you got this. You got this one.
such a recognizable guitar
Right.
lick.
I
at the
know.
beginning.
I'm not good under pressure.
I think it's the signature song of this artist. I could be wrong. He's kind of an actor now.
Tim McGraw?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I thought Tim McGraw.
That's I Like It, I Love It.
I love it.
I want some more. See, I'd rather just sing along to these personally. Okay.
All right, how many we got
Two
left?
more.
two
Two more.
more.
Come on.
All right,
we
let's
can
go
fly
ahead.
through these.
All right, Hammer.
That's tough. That's tough. I'll give you a hint. We've already had his name on this list once before.
One more time. Carrying Your Love With Me, George Strait.
I'm carrying your love with me.
I wouldn't have got it if you wouldn't have gave me a hint, though. I'm not counting it. All right, Allison, last one.
You sure we don't?
This is a banger. I used to play this all the time.
I don't know. Are you sure we don't have any alcohol around here? or
Oh, I
something?
got plenty in the back.
Okay. What is it, Hammer?
That's Pam Tillis. Maybe it was Memphis.
You got it.
Maybe it was Memphis.
I wouldn't have
Maybe
known
it was Southern Summer Nights.
Good song.
Yes,
Good song.
indeed.
Just having a little fun here on the Hammer and Nigel
Yeah, that was a
show.
lot of fun.
These cold winter nights mean
more than just frosty windows. They can also spell trouble for your roof. Freezing temperatures, ice, and snow can lead to leaks that cause costly water damage if left unchecked. Moss Roofing is here to help. Tony Katz here, and Moss Roofing are the only ones to trust. A family business based right here in central Indiana. Whether it's a free inspection, patching a pesky leak, or a full roof replacement, their expert team has your winter roofing needs covered. Plus, they offer numerous financing options to make it easy on your wallet. Don't wait for that drip to turn into a disaster. Call Moss Roofing today for a roof done right every single time. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or find them online at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com.
February is here and love is in the air. But if you're not in love with the way your home feels this winter, Universal Windows Direct has the perfect solution with their Love Your Windows sales event. Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Right now with Universal Windows Direct, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free, and there's no limit. Need 4 windows, you pay for 2. Need 20, pay for 10. It's the perfect way to save big while upgrading your home. And that's not all. Universal Windows Direct is offering no interest financing for 3 years. That's 36 months of easy payments with 0% interest. Already have a price from another company? Universal Windows Direct will beat it, so you know you're getting the best deal around. Now, some restrictions may apply, so call Universal Windows Direct to get all the details and schedule your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. And check everything out on the web at universalwindowsdirect.com.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center by offering the expert, compassionate care you need.
When I was at my lowest, I would have 2 or 3 nurses come in to give me a pep talk, telling me it's okay to feel this way. It's normal, but you have us to support you and you will get through this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Prepare for some more snow. 36 degrees and cloudy downtown. There's nothing to worry about on your radar for now. Low of 29 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox for Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 3:33. Snow and freezing rain are on the way as 3 storms could move through the Midwest. The worst of it could show up Wednesday evening around rush hour.
Somewhere around the 70 corridor and north. Looks like a mix of freezing rain and snow, with freezing rain more likely the closer you are to 70.
Mike Kosh at the National Weather Service says you could see some light snow today. Another system supposed to move in this weekend that would bring some more. President Donald Trump recently spoke with the King of Jordan about them taking in some Palestinians from Gaza. It's part of a plan for the U.S. to take over the territory, reports Fox's Jared Halpern.
Jordan's King Abdullah is the first Arab leader to meet with President Trump since his proposal to relocate nearly 2 million Palestinians living in Gaza and redevelop the territory into an international destination.
The Palestinians, or the people that live now in Gaza, will be living beautifully in another location. They're going to be living safely. They're not going to be killed, murdered, and having to leave every 10 years.
Abdullah says he believes President Trump is somebody who can bring stability, peace, and prosperity to the Middle East, but says Egypt, with the backing of Arab partners, will present a response to the president's Gaza plan. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Tired of egg prices going up? Well, you're not alone, says Carol Rogers, an economist with Indiana University.
Where it really hurts is with restaurants and with food manufacturers.
Rogers tells Wish TV egg prices could soon go north of $5 or $6 after a farm in Seymour had to kill about 2 million egg-laying birds because of the bird flu. She believes you may not see any relief until middle of this summer. At a Morgan County data center plan advanced Monday, Ryan Hedrick tells you about it.
But town leaders say they're concerned because they've been asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement to access details.
Which would mean we unfortunately couldn't speak against it if that's how we felt. And I also believe it puts us at some personal liability for something that's already public.
Monrovia Town Council President Tammy Everett talking at a meeting on Monday about the data center's impact impact on the water supply. She says it would use about 5 million gallons daily. The commissioners will decide on the plan. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:35.
It's not uncommon for us to meet with a new client, and the first thing they say is, "We heard you on the radio."
How can a partnership with WIBC serve your business?
Hi, my name's Richard Michaelis. Our firm's Michaelis Corporation. We're general contractors, and we specialize in insurance restoration.
Brand awareness.
When our business needed to increase our brand awareness, we looked to Radio 1. Throughout the years, we learned their listeners have a large amount of trust when it comes to businesses that are recommended on air. The on-air talent that endorse Michaelis are real customers with real experiences.
Deliver your message to the audience that matters.
Working with Radio 1 has created brand awareness for Michaelis Corporation.
Take your advertising to the next level. Text business to 71007 now.
We've enjoyed our partnership with Radio 1. We look forward to continuing for many years to come.
Get results with WIBC.
The traffic at 336. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Inbound 65 Harrison. Now stop and go traffic before 21st Street down to Meridian Penn. Still slow on the northwest side, northbound 465, 86th Street up to 865. Now eastbound 465 in that same area has cleared out. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146 and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexel.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For today, cloudy skies as snow misses us off to the south. High temperatures in the upper 30s. Tonight, mostly cloudy to cloudy. Lows in the upper 20s. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, I'm Nigel. Hammer's here with a very special in-studio guest.
Former writer for some of your favorite TV programs, including The Late Show with David Letterman. You can find him on social media at Not Kenny Rogers. Jeff Boggs is here. How are you?
Doing good, guys. Before we get started, did I see Matt Bear at the Kroger's on 116th Street last week wearing a Speedo? Does anyone know?
Well, if anybody's going to wear a Speedo, it's Matt. So I can't rule anything out.
I don't know if that's his area, though. He usually congregates downtown.
So he's more of a down. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Maybe it wasn't him. That's fine. Just a random question.
They wear ascots at the Kroger up north. It's Speedos at the Kroger down south.
It's the fancy Kroger's.
I always mention your Twitter handle because I love it. Not Kenny Rogers. You've got so many people that follow you. Like, at what point did that blow up for you?
Aaron Rodgers, randomly, 8-9 years ago, just posted, "I think Not Kenny Rogers is the new Jack Handy of our generation." And so my friend called me and he goes, "Aaron Rodgers just called you out on Twitter." And I was like, cool. And then then a lot of other, it's interesting though, because it leveled off with Trump. People were very scared, that I was a Trump supporter, openly a Trump supporter. And so a lot of the bigger names, who I won't mention, like Dave Ramsey, used to retweet me all the time. And some really, really big names, like Scott Van Pelt. But they suddenly didn't anymore. And so and we're still friends. I still love those guys. And I understand it. But it kind of leveled off.
Who is the most famous contact in your phone? Would you say? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it?
Oh man, yeah. I mean,
the
I don't know.
Most famous contact in your phone.
Yeah, he's pretty famous. Probably Aaron.
Is he a top that? Okay.
Did you ever have Letterman's in there?
No, we didn't even have cell phones when I was on Letterman. So
I don't know if you had a landline.
Call Dave's home number.
So the reason I want to talk about your social media following is you've got substantially more followers than Nigel and I have. We've got 20-something thousand.
Okay.
But the timeline that I'm seeing right now, it's just from the minute I wake up in the morning at 6:30 in the morning, people are already complaining about Trump. It's like the very first thing they do before they pee, before they get up and stretch. It's rip Trump, rip Elon Musk for some reason on social media. Are you seeing that too?
I don't see it as much. I don't follow a lot of people. I never have. I don't do it for a reason. So usually I see a couple of the same people. What's interesting is the people they push on you, even if after you hit the button, not interested in this post.
Oh, yeah.
It's very obvious who Twitter is pushing. But Hammer, to your point, I do see sometimes, and I can tell that everyone's angry. Elon Musk, how dare he, whatever.
Well, he's the new boogeyman, right? I'm going to play you a couple pieces of audio here, Jeff. This first one is a Baltimore representative who's advocating for a street fight to counter government waste.
This will be a congressional fight, a constitutional fight, a legal fight, and on days like this, a street fight. Yes, we will stand.
So I know what you're probably thinking. Well, that's one example. That's some idiot representative in Baltimore. Here's a pastor in Chattanooga.
And in this nation, I'm worried that we are on the verge of bloodshed. This is an attempt to take us back to a day that we do not want to go, and we will not go. So therefore, there will be conflict. I pray that the peace of God will win out and overcome the madness that is attempting to take over this nation.
But
and I will say to you, beloved, no one likes
that
violence.
Being said,
but sometimes violence is necessary.
Okay.
When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check, there is the possibility of violence.
And that goes on for another minute and a half.
Right. I shudder to think, people like that, when I hear people quoting scripture, I shudder to think of them on Judgment Day telling God, here's what you really meant to say in the Bible. It always makes me worried about what's going to happen to people.
Is this anything new, though? There's nothing new under the sun. I feel like we were going through kind of this phase in 2016, and now we're seeing it again. I mean, that pastor was obviously talking about trying to make some reference of Jesus flipping over the tables in the church when they were gambling and doing inappropriate things.
Yeah,
tax collecting and things like that.
But can't you see that's the exact same as an audit, right? According to this guy,
these people are upset that the president of the United States wants to cut spending.
Right.
That's the crux of their arguments about violence.
What's even better, though, is they're not even upset at Trump anymore. What's brilliant is they're upset at Elon Musk. Trump is sitting in a Barcalounger with a laser pointer at the wall, and the cats are jumping around. This is very similar to what was it, a year and a half ago? Our side got so derailed by the transgender Bud Light memes. It was like nonstop transgender.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the Biden administration is letting 10 million people through the border, and our economy is going in the toilet. But every second was transgender beer. A handful of people, conservatives, got rich off that, but they screwed up the country. So turnabout's fair play.
And it's just a bizarre argument to me that have any of these people ever worked before? Because when you have a job, every once in a while, a third party comes in and does an audit of the books to make sure that everything's on the up and up. Here comes arguably one of the most successful businessmen in the world. He's the world's richest man. He volunteers to do it. He thinks it's fun. He brings in a group of whiz kids with him, and everybody loses their mind.
Yeah, we're 3 weeks in, so I like what I'm seeing so far. But 3 weeks, we got to keep the pedal down, keep going. But so far, he's doing a great job. So of course, he's going to upset some people.
Did you get a chance to watch the Super Bowl? Did you get into pregame show, halftime show, commercials, any of that kind of stuff?
I did, although I was still on West Coast time for some reason. I could have sworn it started at 3:30. So we sit on the couch and we got a pizza. It's 3:30. Then you see the clock, 3 hours, till the game. But listen, I watched it. The game was terrible. The halftime show was terrible.
Well, you're a racist.
Yeah, I know, of course. I know
you didn't get the symbolism.
Right, as a guy who thinks Prince gave the best halftime show, Whitney gave the best national anthem, I'm a racist because that crap wasn't good. It's ridiculous. But I will say, and I'm honest enough to admit this, that game had the highest rating of any Super Bowl ever.
Yeah.
So It doesn't matter what I think personally. Whoever was in charge of it did their job. And how crazy is it that every other big program, the Oscars, the Grammys, the NBA, Major League Baseball, the ratings are taking a dive. And the Super Bowl does not stop. I don't know why that is. Why would you guys think that is?
For one, I know why. My wife doesn't watch football at all. She didn't even care about the Colts anymore. Back when we were dating first, when we were young, Colts football every Sunday. She didn't watch football at all anymore, except on Super Bowl Sunday. It was an experience. It was an event. Could that be a reason why? An event to get together? Our in-laws came over. We got food. I think that's a big reason why. It's not the game so much as it is the event.
It's the biggest pop culture event this country has.
Yes.
Everybody talks about it the next day. Like it's all that the shows talk about.
Commercials, the halftime show,
national anthems, all that kind of stuff.
And we don't have those anymore. I mean, the last TV show that did that was Game of Thrones. People would talk about it the following day, but there just aren't shows anymore that everyone watches.
Like Mr. Belvedere.
Like Mr. Belvedere, exactly. Exactly. That was a big one. Or, any of those. But it's not just the Super Bowl, though. It's football in general. I mean, the ratings are through the roof. And I just think they have the perfect product. Maybe it's fantasy. Maybe it's the betting market on it. But, man, it just doesn't go down.
Come back for one more break?
Yes, please.
Jeff Boggs with us. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
How about getting your significant other a little peace of mind this Valentine's Day, yeah? Romance them with the gift of financial security. They'll want to renew their vows, I promise. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth, the fiduciary advisors, will show you nothing but love with a tailor-made investment portfolio. Schedule a complimentary consultation by calling 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Starting from a foundation of mutual respect and understanding, Trajan Wealth will dedicate the time needed to listen to your goals and educate you on the options. Then we'll collaborate with you on a financial portfolio that's customized to you and your loved ones' hopes and dreams. It's feeling secure. It's peace of mind. Call Trajan Wealth at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Paid advertisement.
When you're running a small business, every dollar counts. And there's lots of ways you could try saving money, like, say, subletting half your office to an exotic pet shop, or downsizing your fleet of catering trucks to a fleet of catering scooters. Or you could try a smarter way to save. Switch to Comcast Business Mobile. It could save you up to 70% on business wireless compared to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and save you the hassle of having a parrot as your desk mate. So don't compromise your business to save money. Keep it growing with Comcast Business Mobile, an incredible value and smarter way to save. Comcast Business Mobile, powering smarter savings, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Compares weighted average of providers based on optimized pricing. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after data usage included with plan. Savings may vary.
Better water is getting even better at C&J Water. Get a free Premier Reverse Osmosis System when you purchase any water softener and save $990. C&J is the water treatment partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever and believes everyone deserves better water, well water, or city water. When you invest in any new water softener from C&J, you'll get their Premier Reverse Osmosis System. That's a $990 value absolutely free. C&J Water for great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP $104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP $61,695. Offers good through February 28, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
I'm a grandson, a son. I'm an employee and a mentor. I'm a father to 2 beautiful kids and a husband to an amazing wife. And I have a substance use disorder. In other words, I'm living in recovery with an addiction. And now that you know, will you let it change how you see me? It's okay to see my addiction, but I want you to know It's people choosing to see me as a person that changed my life.
See the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
The Ford 70th Annual Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show, February 14th through 16th and 19th through 23rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Celebrating 70 years of the great outdoors. Over 750,000 square feet of the latest boats, RVs, power sports, motorcycles, Tackletown USA, travel destinations, and much more. Don't miss the 27th Annual Indiana Deer, Turkey, and Waterfowl Expo during the final 3 days of the sports show. One ticket gets you into both shows. Visit IndySportShow.com. Another Renfro production.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with Supporting Sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Hammer inbound 65, stop and go traffic 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 465 on the north side on a 6-minute delay running from Keystone Avenue past I-69 and eastbound 70 out of the north split slope to Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at DrexelIN.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up a little bit after 4, Rob Kendall normally joins us on Thursday, but when there are property tax shenanigans, we bring in the big guns.
He's too fired up to stay shut up.
Right.
On a Tuesday.
That's coming up at 4:06. Right now it's 36 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Jeff Boggs with us. We were talking during the commercial break, Kash Patel.
Yep.
It seems like the FBI and everybody that is an anti-Trump, never-Trumper is doing their damnedest to stretch this out as long as they can, whether it's to screw over Trump, screw over Kash, I don't know, but this is the thing that concerns me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at what's going on with FEMA today. You look at the FBI, leaking information before ICE raids. Kash Patel's the guy who's going to throw them in prison. So when I see, Tulsi, I guess, is supposed to be confirmed tomorrow, maybe RFK Jr. later this week, but there's still that question mark with Kash Patel.
They still have to go through another hearing with Kash.
Right, and all it's doing is giving people time. Yeah. They're just giving people time because he is the hammer, and he's the one who's going to make this stuff really go. And so I'm concerned about it. I'm so concerned that I actually, if we have a couple seconds, this week I worked on a little jingle, to light a fire under the Republican Party and say, let's get going on Kash Patel. I don't know if we have a second for me to debut.
Oh, we've got plenty of time, sure.
Okay, here we go. The FBI is crooked and we need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I love it.
Yeah, I worked on that.
Short, simple, effective.
It was about 3 days of work on that. Allison was kind enough to sing the last part with some friends. You sounded great, Allison.
Thank you.
But we have to get going on this because otherwise he's just going to get swept under the rug.
He ain't getting swept under the rug. It's delay.
Are you worried at all?
No, I'm not at all.
Really?
They're all going to get through.
I'm frustrated that it's taking so long.
But I mean, it's Democrats. It's all they're doing. That's all they know how to do.
Well,
at this point, it's all they can do.
Yeah,
we've got the numbers. The Republicans have the numbers.
Well, so did the Indiana House Republicans in the Senate, and they still screwed us on property taxes.
Right, and what they did to property taxes, they gutted the whole bill, which was horrible. We need Kash Patel to make sure we don't gut like the FEMA employees. Who gave $59 million to illegal immigrants that we just found out about.
Yeah,
they can't
hotels,
Yeah, they can't just get fired. They have to go to prison. And Kash is the guy who's got to make that happen.
If anybody wants to follow your witty remarks, where can they go?
I've been kicked off of Facebook. I've been kicked off of Instagram. Very few people talk to me anymore. So Twitter.
Twitter is where it's at Not Kenny Rogers. My man, thanks for coming in.
Thanks guys.
All right, coming up next, Rob Kendall. To quote the Off the Rails theme song, he's as mad as hell and he's not going to take this anymore. Rob Kendall talking property taxes, squish Republicans, and everything in between next.
Yeah, Mark Dietel, the only real estate expert I'd trust to sell my house or to find me a new one or to do both. How about Crystal in Franklin? She was moving to Kentucky, needed to move fast. She got the Mark Dietel marketing team on her side, was blown away. The plan worked. She got full list price in the first weekend. Just like that, Mark and his team got it done.
You have a lot of options in the real estate game, but here's what separates Mark Dietel from the competition. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and mutually agreed upon deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. This is what makes Mark Dietel the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Call him today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones, well, their parents are sharing videos online.
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are gonna need a bigger cake.
Now through March 23rd, get Xfinity Gig Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract when you add an unlimited mobile line. Plus, get free Wi-Fi equipment included for 2 years. Switch today and join the network that delivers gig speed to the most homes. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless plan auto-pay start bank account. Taxes and fees extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill. After 12 months, internet rate increases to $65. After 24 months, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Reduce mobile speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Data thresholds and actual internet speeds vary.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with an amazing offer for my friends at Hope Plumbing. For the month of February, install a tankless water heater and get $1,000 off. That's right, get $1,000 off any tankless water heater. So if taking endless hot showers, cutting down on your gas bill, and saving space in your home is on your to-do list, call my friends at Hope Plumbing and get your tankless water heater installed today. Visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
Don't miss one of the hottest games this season for the final time.
Halliburton, the lob to the goal. Caught and dunked by Neesmith.
Catch the Pacers and Knicks in a special ticket offer.
Goes to the corner where Siakam takes it. Marches right down the right side and flushes it with the right hand.
Your Pacers are honoring Pascal Siakam's All-Star selection with tickets starting at $4.30 for the Knicks game on Tuesday. Get your tickets at Pacers.com. Pacers Knicks, $4.30 tickets for Tuesday at 7:30.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, chances for snow and freezing rain this week and a new property tax plan given initial approval in the State House. That's coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A different plan for Gaza. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Jordan's foreign minister suggesting Gaza can be rebuilt without displacing its people. This after President Trump pressed Jordan's king to take in Palestinian refugees as part of his plan for a U.S. takeover of Gaza.
Jordan's King Abdullah is the first Arab leader to meet with President Trump since his proposal to relocate nearly 2 million Palestinians living in Gaza and redevelop the territory into an international destination.
The Palestinians, or the people that live now in Gaza, will be living beautifully in another location. They're going to be living safely. They're not going to be killed, murdered, and having to leave every 10 years.
Abdullah says he believes President Trump is somebody who can bring stability, peace, and prosperity to the Middle East, but says Egypt, with the backing of Arab partners, will present a response to the president's Gaza plan.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. President Trump today also reiterating a demand for Hamas to release all remaining hostages on Saturday as the Israeli prime minister prepares to resume fighting in Gaza. Hamas accusing Israel of violating a ceasefire and saying it plans to delay the scheduled release of 3 hostages. American teacher Mark Fogel is on his way home after nearly 4 years in prison in Russia. His mom, Malphine, telling Fox News she was shocked when Fogel called her earlier today.
It was Mark, and he was waiting in the airport and just beside himself. And I just had no clue.
National Security Advisor Mike Waltz says envoy Steve Witkoff was able to negotiate an exchange, calling it a show of good faith from the Russians and a sign of moving in the right direction to end the war in Ukraine. The administration has not elaborated on that. Fogel was detained over medical marijuana in his luggage and later sentenced to 14 years hard labor. A mixed finish on Wall Street, the Dow up 123 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Driving won't be fun. Cloudy and 36 degrees downtown. Your radar's clear for now with a low of 29 tonight. Winter weather advisory is supposed to go to effect tomorrow at 1. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Roads could be slick late tomorrow with snow and freezing rain potentially moving through the state. Mike Kosh with the National Weather Service says ice will be worse in some places than others.
If you're in like Hamilton or Boone County or northern Marion County, that kind of thing, there's more of a concern of freezing rain up that way. But there's still a chance we could see some freezing rain, as far south as southern Marion County as well.
Kosh says multiple storms are on the way this week. Snow is even possible today. A significantly scaled-back version of Governor Braun's property tax plan has been given initial approval. Here's Kurt Darling.
The bill cleared the Senate's Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee Tuesday morning. It still has relief for homeowners over 65 and includes certain caps on property taxes for 2026, as well as on future increases after that. But the original bill would have seen local government funding cut by around $1.6 billion over the next 3 years. The version that was approved Tuesday scales that number back to roughly $687 million. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
2 million egg-laying birds had to be killed recently at a farm near Seymour, and it was because of the bird flu. Now with that strained supply chain, IU economist Carol Rogers tells Wish TV you'll be paying upwards of $5 or $6 for a carton of eggs.
Because the demand is so high and continuously high that probably by mid to late summer,
that's when you can expect egg prices to maybe start coming back down. Plans for a Morgan County data center moved forward to Monday with commission approval. It's now waiting final approval. Town leaders say they've been asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement to access any details about the new center.
Which would mean we unfortunately couldn't speak against it if that's how we felt. And I also believe it puts us at some personal liability for something that's already public.
Monrovia Town Council President Tammy Everett raised concerns Monday about the data center's impact on the water supply, using up to 5 million gallons every day. The commissioners are supposed to decide on a plan eventually. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
When you're running a small business, every dollar counts. And there's lots of ways you could try saving money, like, say, subletting half your office to an exotic pet shop. Or downsizing your fleet of catering trucks to a fleet of catering scooters. Or you could try a smarter way to save. Switch to Comcast Business Mobile. could save you up to 70% on business wireless compared to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. And save you the hassle of having a parrot as your desk mate. So don't compromise your business to save money. Keep it growing with Comcast Business Mobile. An incredible value and smarter way to save. Comcast Business Mobile, powering smarter savings, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Compares weighted average of providers based on optimized pricing. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after data usage included with plan. Savings may vary.
The traffic on the 5s at 4:05. How are the roads looking, Map Air?
A little slow in parts right now. Harrison, southbound 65 is stop and go. 29th and 2 Meridian. Bend delay time of 4 minutes. Eastbound 465 slows. Keystone Avenue 2 I-69. Eastbound 70 slow. West Street into the South Split downtown. And in Boone County, northbound 65 stop and go traffic after Whitestown Parkway up to State Road 267. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Winter weather advisories will be in place from 1 p.m. Wednesday to 4 a.m. Thursday as a mix of rain and freezing rain and sleet will slide in Wednesday afternoon and night. Potential for some light ice accumulation with best chance for snow north of Indy. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there also joining us. A very special in-studio guest. One half of the Kendall and Casey show. Rob Kendall. Rob is fired up. How are you, man?
Well, I'm disgusted with our lawmakers, better known as a day that ends in Y.
So we've been talking about this already. You were talking about it today. I jumped on with you. We all got screwed because Republicans don't have backbone.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that we'd kind of predicted would happen, which is they stuck it to the people. They gutted Braun's property tax bill. And now, unless you're a very targeted group of people, they took a great bill that would have helped millions of people, and now most people are getting nothing.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but when you say they gutted the bill, what we're looking at is if you're 65 and older, a disabled veteran, or a first-timer, you get some sort of relief. But everybody else, people like me, I own a house. My house is paid for. All I get are 2 middle fingers.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. That's what happened this morning. And it took them 30 minutes. I've never seen this where the governor's. This is how much these people hate you. I've never seen this with the governor's signature issue that was Senate Bill 1. Was gutted within 30 minutes. I mean, it's equivalent of just taking a dump on millions of taxpayers and saying, well, good luck. We'll see you next year.
It's quite the different bill that was originally proposed. Am I understating that fact at all, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they did. The original bill was we're going to reset the rates to 2021 bills for all taxpayers who had a home that was eligible for a homestead credit. It was going to be a great bill. It was going to help a lot of people. It was targeted moderate relief, and you're not even going to get that now.
So the folks that are on the tax committee, I think it's important. Like every hour, we're going to name these people by name here. Travis Holdman, Scott Baldwin, Brian Buchanan, Ed Charbonneau.
Yeah, there you go.
Mike Gaskell, Ryan Mishler, Rick Niemeyer, Linda Rogers, Greg Walker, Kyle Walker.
Yeah, I mean, some despicable people, and it was a 10-3 vote. So what was hilarious is they basically sided with the Democrats who then didn't vote for the bill anyway. So, I mean, look, these people... We've been talking about this for years about who these people are and how much they hate you and how they view your wallet, your house as their personal piggy bank, and they'll take as much from you as they can. I mean, the Republicans are financial predators. That's why they target property taxes. That's why they target gas taxes. They're financial predators.
So what happens now? I mean, what is the next step? What more votes need to happen? What committees does it need to get out of? What signatures does it need? Is this its final form?
Yeah, so as the great John Blutarski once said, nothing's over until we decide it is. Okay. And look, so it's going to go to the Senate now. There's an amendment process in the Senate where anybody can make an amendment, and they could theoretically put it back in.
But how often does that happen? Like stuff that gets cut, how often does it come back?
Well, it depends on what the issue is. And this is why people have got to. So if you just go to Google, and this is actually really important, if you go to Google right now and you just literally type in, who is my Indiana senator? Just type that into your Google. Who is my Indiana senator? A link will come up, and it will let you put your address in. It'll tell you who your senator is. You email them. You've got to email them. You've got to get a hold of them. You got to tell them this is unacceptable on how you're getting screwed. Now, what they do with it, I don't know. Realistically, and I was talking with somebody in the House today, the best shot is going to be it's going to go over to Ways and Means after it gets out of the Senate, and the Ways and Means will pick it up, and maybe they will reinsert it. Now, House didn't want to touch this to begin with, so I don't know, but I'm just reading the tea leaves on what the best opportunities are to be able to maybe get this thing reset back to where it was.
So why did this happen? Why did so many people want this to fail?
Because these lawmakers fear the local government people more than they fear you. That's what this is about. It's path of least resistance. And they look at realistically. And this is why we talked about for years the dangers of just voting for a Republican, no matter who they are. They don't fear losing. There's so many Republicans that they don't feel that there's not a team anymore. They don't feel the need to listen to you.
If you feel that way, then primary them.
Well,
get somebody in the primary.
It's really hard to get that because of all the money that comes in behind these incumbents. That's why these guys quit in the middle of their term, and the precinct committeemen pick the hand-chosen person to go next because of all the favors they're able to dole out in legislation and the money that oftentimes comes with that. And so at the end of the day, they fear the local government people. They fear a challenge from a trustee or a mayor or a school board member far more than they think you'll be able to organize opposition to them. And quite frankly, they've been proven correct on that. We'll see if we're motivated enough to get in these people's way and try to stop them.
So a guy like me, as the bill has been rewritten now, this property tax bill, a guy like me, been in Zionsville 11 years. I love it there. I don't have any complaints except for the fact that, my property tax bill has doubled since 2013. Not doubled, maybe, but close to it. It's very, very high, much higher than, compared to Carmel, and they're getting screwed too. So guys like me, who there was a plan in place there for the original bill, nothing now. Nothing. Am I understanding that correctly?
To quote Ted Knight in Caddyshack, I give you nothing. Absolutely nothing. You understand me? I mean, they took a giant dump on this bill, and there's no way they didn't know they were going to do this. Travis Holdman is probably the second most powerful senator in the state. They gave him this bill deliberately, or he took the bill deliberately. There's no way they didn't know this was going to happen. And you kind of had a feeling this was going to happen because of the silence for people. All of our audience would be emailing these senators and asking them you wouldn't get a response. You get a response. They knew they were going to do this, and they're banking on you not being angry or motivated enough to do anything about it.
We have posted a list of the quote-unquote Republicans that are on this tax committee on our Facebook and Twitter. Just look for Hammer and Nigel. Facebook.com/Hammer and Nigel. Twitter @Hammer and Nigel. Rob, I know you've got it up there too. Make these people famous.
Yeah.
Like if they really want to just give you the middle finger, give it right back to them.
What about the argument, Rob? And I've seen many, the mayor of, what do you call her, Spendin' Sue?
Spendin' Sue Pinkham, yeah.
I heard in a roundabout way, I heard Wish TV, our news gathering partners, interview our mayor in Zionsville, John Stair, did mention that, they mentioned the police, they mentioned the fire, they mentioned the public utilities, they mentioned the public safety. Do they have a point when talking about property taxes and cost cutting?
Carmel has a $58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel. You guys tell me how it's possible to have a $58.5 million taxpayer-funded hotel, which ran $18.5 million over budget, by the way. Taxpayer-funded reflexive pool. Fake people on the street!
Fake people on the street, like statues or silhouettes or whatever they are, fake people.
Well, and these local government people are gross, and John Stair might be a fine guy, but if he's that poor at managing a community that he claims he's going to have to cut police and fire if single-family homes that had a tax bill in 2021 are going to get, how would they have survived without the increases? This is the question I keep asking. This is based on you getting screwed. Braun's trying to help you because you got screwed the past 4 years on something that was not your fault, which is inflated house prices. You mentioned both of you guys have been in your houses for years. You're not making any money off of that. Why are you having to pay double what you were paying 2, 3, 4 years ago? That's what this bill was about, trying to bring common sense back to property taxes. And it's not right that you get hosed based on what some other guy sells his house for. Remember when Kamala ran for president and she wanted to tax stocks? Remember that was her whole thing?
Is that the unrealized?
Yeah.
Unrealized gains.
Yeah, and everybody was like, and rightfully so, that's a totally Marxist, communist way of doing business. Nobody's making money on this. You can't do that. That's what property taxes are. You get screwed every year based on what some other guy sells his home for, and yet here everybody's just like, well, won't somebody think of the children?
So we've heard from the mayor saying, well, we might have to get rid of the police and the fire department. What about these towny chatterboard pages where the school board members are crying, well, our school, we're cut down to the bone here. I don't know what we're going to do. This is so unacceptable. You get what you vote for. Rabble, rabble.
Yeah, well, again, I just come back to, I've been a part of 2 referendums in my life, one in Danville, one in Brownsburg, and they were both doomsday scenarios. I mean, the Brownsburg superintendent claimed kids could be at risk of dying in the halls of an active shooter. Those referendums failed. I'm pretty sure the Danville school system still exists.
Yes.
Functioning at a fairly high level.
Still open, yes.
I can assure you, as they basically built into my front yard now, the Brownsburg School Corporation still exists and is still doing it. These people are so full of it. They're gross, the way that these doomsday, fear-mongering kids as human shields. And now you've got to hate these lawmakers as much as they hate you. You got to, and you have to clarify this now in 2025, but in a peaceful, law-abiding manner, you gotta get into it with these people.
Right.
You see them out at a Wendy's or a Walmart, go up to them. Tell them what you think of them. Email them. Call them. You see them out and about, don't shake their hand. You tell them they suck and they're screwing you.
And they work for you.
Maxine Waters over here.
Maxine Waters. All right, Rob, we appreciate you joining us here on a rare Tuesday.
We'll all be poor together. Hot dang.
Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
All right, fellas, inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from 29th to Meridian Penn. Boone County roadwork on northbound 65 has a stop-and-go Whitestown Parkway up to State Road 267, 10-minute delay with the left lane closed. Also eastbound 465 slow roll, Keystone Avenue over to I-69 downtown. Eastbound 70 slows west to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Want to expert tax prep? Jackson Hewitt will give you $100 to switch. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
37 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. All right, coming up next, going to call a little audible here. We will move Is This Anything back a little bit later in the show.
All right.
But to give us the first public reaction to the property tax bill being gutted, Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith. He is scheduled to join us next.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Planning to propose this Valentine's Day? Shane Company has your back. Our easy process to create your dream engagement ring is rock solid. 1, pick your ring setting. 2, choose your center stone. 3, personalize it. With our wide selection of beautiful settings and hand-picked diamonds and gemstones, all at competitive prices, your ring will be as unique as your love story. We'll hand-set your ring in our jeweler's workshop right here in our store and protect it with our free lifetime warranty. Walk in with a dream, walk out with the ring that will take their breath away. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 765-545-BATH.
Baths are us. When dreams don't get in, baths are us.
Life-changing discovery should never be left to chance. IU Indianapolis is Indiana's premier urban research university, home to 50 research centers and institutes, which means our students don't just study groundbreaking research, they make their very own breakthroughs from day one. We're here to make the future happen. Bring on tomorrow. IU Indianapolis. Discover what's next at go.iu.edu/breakthrough.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
With a B&W Premier Club membership, you'll stay ahead of breakdowns and costly repairs. Our members get routine maintenance, priority scheduling, and exclusive discounts, saving you money and keeping your family comfortable all season long. Visit bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108 for more information.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today. Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, hello. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is the Lieutenant Governor for the great state of Indiana. Micah Beckwith joins us. Mr. Lieutenant Governor, part of, I think the reason you got in this race, among other reasons, but property taxes. This was a big deal. This kind of became the de facto number one topic for the Indiana election, this past election cycle. And earlier today, we find that SB 1, Senate Bill number 1, gutted down from its original intent. I'm just curious as to your thoughts.
Well, I'm kind of frustrated. I'll be honest, guys. This is we have heard more around the state about this issue than any other issue. The senators know it. This is not something that is a surprise to anybody. But I will say this. I've been pounding the marble outside the Senate chambers today, talking to senators, basically saying, what are you doing? What is going on? And they're hearing from the locals. The locals are saying, you're going to kill us. It won't have police and fire. You know, they give the sob stories of everything's going away if we do this. And so they're kind of, they're hearing from the wrong people right now, I believe. But the hope that I have is that we are only at the end of the second quarter. We've got 4 quarters. So we got a whole second half. I think we could still get some really good things. I haven't given up. But we got to fight. We got to call our senators, call our House reps, say, give us meaningful property tax relief or else.
That was my next question. So, Lieutenant Governor, the Senate panel advanced a scaled-down version of Governor Braun's property tax plan. What's next? What is the next step?
Well, it's gonna go to the floor of the Senate. So this is just passed out of the committee. Yep. So there could be amendments. So call some senators, say amend back in. The big thing I think they took out that really ticks people off is the 2021 reset.
Yes.
So put that back in. I think the bill is good at that point. And so call your senators and say, hey, you better amend this back in. Put it back on the floor. Pass it out of the chamber with the 2021 reset in there. And it'll put senators on record who doesn't want that amendment, right? Like they'll have to vote on that amendment, and it'll put them on record of showing who's with us and who's really not with us. And so yeah, I mean, I'm frustrated, guys. I'll be honest with you. I know but at the same time, the game's not over. We don't want to burn a bridge down yet because there could be some great things that happen. I know there's a couple senators that are just as frustrated as I am and you are, and they're working on things what we could do to really fight for Hoosiers. It's all about fighting for the people, not for the machine.
And again, we've got a list of the tax committee, quote, Republican senators on our Facebook and Twitter. And if you want to reach out, all you have to do is go to Google and type in, who is my Indiana senator? It'll take you to a link. You put in your address. You'll get all the contact information you need. Micah, you said something earlier that I thought was really interesting. You've got some of these senators that are listening to the government. They're listening to the teachers. They're listening to some left-leaning media outlets, but they're not listening to Governor Braun. They're not listening to you. At least that's how I'm taking it right now. How do you change that? How do you change this culture of these squish Republicans that buy all the fear-mongering?
Well, I will tell you this. I think we are changing it, but it is a slow process. The fact that I'm in the lieutenant governor's office, the fact that Mike Braun is in the governor's office is a change. It's a big change from what has been. So we're changing it. I mean, I can tell you right now, there are some squish senators that don't like that I'm in there. They don't like that I'm involved in this process at all. But I'm here, and I'm not going away. So you better just put on your big boy pants there, senators, because we are here because the people sent us here, and we're not backing down. So I think it's happening. I think change is happening. And actually, I'll tell you this. There's some senators that are very happy Governor Braun and myself are there, too. So there's senators that they can't really say it publicly, but they'll come up to me, whisper in my ear, hey, thanks for what you're doing. Keep fighting the good fight, right? So what I've realized is courage begets courage. And one of the things, the Senate has not had a lot of courage in the past 5 years. And so we're bringing that. We're bringing that back into the modern kind of Senate that we have now, because it used to be a Senate that was pretty bold and pretty courageous, but it's just they kind of lost some of their juice, and that's okay. We're here to fix it. We're here to help, and so I'm encouraged, but also we gotta stay strong.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Obviously, we'll get back to the main topic, which is property taxes and how the Senate panel advanced sort of a scaled-down version and what's happening next. How are you adjusting to this job as Lieutenant Governor? And I'm also wondering, your congregation at Life Church. I mean, you're a pastor there. I'm wondering what your congregation thinks and just how overall are you adjusting to your new gig, as I guess they would call. Like I say gig like it's a bartending gig. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Like he's setting up shop at Acme Pizza to play Bob Seger songs, yeah.
But how are you doing? What's it been like for you so far?
Man, I love the new gig. I think the Life Church community loves it. They're very engaged in politics. They have been. It's a church that is that knows that we have a God-given duty to steward our nation, and so they love the fact that I'm here doing what I'm doing. I've been able to stay preaching, so I preached on Sunday, and it was great. We've got a good team around me at the church, but also got a great team around me at the State House too, and so it's going really well. Again, I think there are certainly some lawmakers here down at the State House that hate my living guts. And I know that, and they know that I know that. And I know that they know that I know that they know that. So, and it's just kind of, but it's one of those things where it's like, guys, and I've told them this, it's like, guys, I'm only here because the people are getting fed up with Republicans. I love Republican principles, but I'm going to tell you right now, Indiana did not vote overwhelmingly for Republicans this last election because they love Republicans. It's not why they voted for Republicans. It's because Democrats are so off the cliff of crazy on all of this woke nonsense that Indiana had no choice but to vote for Republicans. But the moment Democrats start waking up and start coming back to the middle and start talking about kitchen table issues, Republicans will be in real danger of losing the governor's mansion, losing the House and the Senate.
You need some competition, Lieutenant Governor, to make the Republicans remember they're Republicans.
Maybe, and I think that's a great point. It's like I think sometimes that competition lights a fire under us to get our butts in gear, and so I think we just got a little too complacent, a little too lazy over the last few years as Republicans. But it's changing. I think I'm encouraged by what I'm starting to see. And like I said, courage begets courage. And Donald Trump is courageous, which is encouraging guys like Mike Braun and myself to be courageous. And I think we are encouraging the legislators that are maybe small in number right now, but the courageous ones to step out and start, speaking out a little bit more boldly.
One more question, and then we could end this conversation by circling back around to, your role as lieutenant governor. But I'm also wondering if are there other preachers, pastors that don't like you, that don't like how outspoken you are, that don't like the job that you have, that the stance that you've taken? I'm just wondering, in the certain circles you run in terms of your job as a pastor, have you heard drips and drabs of other pastors, especially bigger churches, that say, I'm not sure about this guy. I don't know about this guy.
Absolutely. There are pastors out there that don't like what I'm doing, but they bought into the lie that the church has no role to play within our government. Our founders built this nation on what the Word of God says. The Deuteronomy was the most quoted book of the Bible that the founders referred to when setting up civil government, and the Bible was the most quoted book of all the books that they used to set up our civil government. The church played a role. Reverend John Hooker, he preached a sermon that James Madison heard, and it was all about how God's ordained way of good governance should be. And it was in that James Madison found the outline for the Constitution. So really, we are standing on the backs of pastors who engaged. There was a part of history called the Black Robe Regiment, where it was pastors who led their congregations into the Revolutionary War to join George Washington. And many historians say we wouldn't have won the Revolutionary War had it not been for pastors preaching liberty from the pulpit and encouraging their congregations to get involved, because liberty is God's idea, not man's idea. And so for pastors, any pastor who tells me I shouldn't be doing this, I'm going to say, you don't know the Word of God. The Word of God says to defend liberty. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And Jesus says to go into all the world and preach the gospel. And politics, unfortunately, is part of all the world. So when you say, we're not supposed to be there, you don't understand the full mission of what God is calling us to do as believers. And when the church steps up, we created a place where all people are welcome, where all people can live in freedom. And that's people that it's not even Christians. It's everyone. Whether you believe in Christ or not, you will have freedom and liberty, and that's what we're fighting for. But the church has to engage, and I think slowly we're seeing more pastors wake up and get involved, which is encouraging.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, we're way late here, but we got 1 minute left here. I do want to get some information out here. Have you spoken to your boss? Have we heard from the governor, his thoughts on what happened with SB 1? And what would you like to say to all of these Republican senators that voted to take away any sort of tax relief for people like me, people like Nigel, and most folks listening to this show right now?
Yeah, I would encourage every Republican senator to listen to the average Hoosier. Don't listen to the lobbyists. Don't listen to the mayors. Listen to the average Hoosier, the ones that are carrying the burden, the tax burden. And I would really highly encourage that first. I haven't spoken to Governor Braun directly, but I have been in touch with his team and chief of staff today. And I think, listen, Governor Braun is optimistic. He's optimistic that we're still going to get something that's really good for Hoosiers. He's frustrated. I'm frustrated. There's a sense of frustration. Like, okay, this could have come out of committee a little bit better, but we're not giving up. And listen, the fat lady has not sung yet. So we got 2 more quarters to play. It still has to get over to the House. So there's a lot more of the game left to be played. So we're optimistic. I think it's going to be good, but it's a battle. So let your legislators know you're watching, and you expect them to listen to you and not the lobbyists.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, we appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, guys. Keep up the great work.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Did you know the Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money in less than a decade? And according to Barron's, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income. That's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
It's your money. See how you could get every last nickel out of your benefits. What you need to do is get this free customized Social Security analysis. And Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy, he's the guy that can make that happen. He's my retirement guy, Nigel's retirement guy. You can trust Bill. We do, so can you. So if you've saved more than $200,000 and you have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Winter weather back in play. Cloudy and 36 degrees downtown. Your radar's clear around Indianapolis. 29 is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:34. Snow and freezing rain are likely on the way with 3 winter storms that could move through most of the Midwest. The worst of it could show up tomorrow evening around the time you're driving home from work.
Somewhere around the 70 corridor and north. Looks like a mix of freezing rain and snow, with freezing rain more likely the closer you are to 70.
Mike Kosh with the National Weather Service says you could see some light snow at some point today. Another system supposed to move in this weekend as well, which could bring some more winter weather advisory, by the way, supposed to start at 1 in the afternoon tomorrow. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says this week Senator Lindsey Graham will lead the Senate Budget Committee in moving forward with a budget resolution that addresses border security, the military, and energy dominance.
As the week unfolds, we hope that he and his committee can move forward on this process and put us in a position where we are able to execute on the floor in addressing what are critical priorities for the president, for this administration, and for our country.
Thune says the process will unlock budget reconciliation, a tool that enables Congress to accomplish President Trump's agenda. An American teacher who was imprisoned in Russia has been released today. Mark Fogel had been arrested on charges of bringing medical marijuana into Russia in 2021. He was classified as wrongly detained by former President Joe Biden last year, and Trump's administration helped facilitate his release today. Police say a registered sex offender from Steuben County is on the run, and they need help finding him.
We're looking for a fugitive, non-compliant registered sex offender named Mitchell Hefner. He's wanted currently for 2 counts of level 5 felony failure to register as a sex or violent offender.
County Chief Deputy Sheriff Michael Meeks says that Hefner may now be in Ohio or Michigan, but he also has ties to Allen and DeKalb counties. More info at WIBC.com. And the price you're paying for a carton of eggs will probably go up, says IU economist.
Upwards of $5 to $6 a carton.
And that being IU economist Carol Rogers, who spoke with Wish TV about the supply and demand issues for eggs, most of it because of the bird flu. A farm near Seymour recently had to kill about 2 million infected birds. And at the closing bell today, mixed finish. Dow was in the green by 123. It closed at 44,593. Not so good for the NASDAQ. Down by 70 points to 19,643. The S&P 500 was up today by just a couple of points, closing at 6,068. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:37.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
With traffic at 4:38, here's Matt Bear.
All right, downtown, inbound 65, a 7-minute delay from MLK to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 delayed by 3 minutes from Harding into the South Split. Boone County construction delay on northbound 65 after the dogleg past County Road 550 South. The left lane is closed as you make your way back to Lebanon. Looking at eastbound 465 stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Inbound 69 slows from 90 96th Street down to 465. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance Shop. President's Day sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable deals and appliance expertise you won't find anywhere else. Visit grandappliance.com or a store near you today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Winter weather advisories will be in place from 1 p.m. Wednesday to 4 a.m. Thursday as a mix of rain and freezing rain and sleet will slide in Wednesday afternoon and night. Potential for some light ice accumulation with best chance for snow north of Indy. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Jason Hammer. Big Nigel's here, and joining us on the hotline right now, comedian, author, game show host, radio host, actor, comedian. He's like the Dos Equis guy of entertainment. Jeff Foxworthy joins me. How are you, my friend?
You know what? I feel like at this point, keep your head down and your mouth shut. If nobody's caught on, just keep doing it, you know. Honest to God, my whole life I felt like, crap, I never had to get a job, you know, so I'm doing great.
I've talked about this before. One of my favorite jokes of all time, and I'm being serious here, not blowing smoke up your backside. It's over 20 years old, but I still remember it to this day. If you're too drunk to fish, you might be a redneck. I don't know why, Jeff. That has been one of my favorite jokes for a long time, and I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, I appreciate it, and like most of those jokes, I went fishing one time with a couple of buddies, and one of them got way overserved, and he's sitting at the back of the boat holding his rod, you know, and we're just kind of giggling at him because he literally, the rod slid out of his hands and went to the bottom of the lake. We never got it back. And I thought, you know, fishing, the only thing you have to do, the only thing is hold on to the rod, and you're not capable of doing that. So,
if you are too drunk to fish, then, yeah, you might be a redneck.
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy is going to be playing at the Fishers Event Center, an evening with Jeff Foxworthy, presented by HSEF, Friday, February 21st, 8 o'clock. You can get your tickets right now at the Fishers Event Center. Jeff, you've been on this program before, and you told the story of how, I think it was Richard Belzer, was trying to get you to knock off all that silly redneck stuff because it's never going to fly. If you would have taken his advice, Jeff, do you ever think where you'd be like right now?
What, you know, the funny thing, because, I mean, Belzer was big time, and I remember thinking, maybe, I mean, should I listen to him? Maybe he's right, and I had all that stuff written down on a yellow notepad, like the first 10 or 15 I was trying, and I thought about it for a couple of weeks. And then I thought, no, I'm going to do it. And I went out and did it that night, and it just killed. And so years later, my wife found that yellow piece of notebook paper that had the first, and she framed it and put it on the wall in the house. And I'm like, oh, my God, you've got this framed, you know, nasty folded up piece of yellow notebook paper. And she goes, well, it did pay for the house. And
yes.
I thought, thank God I didn't listen to bells on that one. So
that's an amazing thing to have hanging up in the house. Like, I don't know if you're big into memorabilia or whatnot. You know, here in Indy, the Colts owner, Jim Irsay, huge into memorabilia and buying that kind of stuff. Like, people would pay big money for that little piece of paper that you've got hanging up on your wall.
But, yeah, I've never thought about it. It's like my assistant, and she's been with me for 30-something years. Every time I would do the Tonight Show, I would have, like, my set list, just like a few keywords printed on little note cards, like 3x5 note cards. And I'd have the date, and all right, this is my Tonight Show set, and I got to look at it, blah, blah. And every time I would do the show, she would say, hey, can I have that? And at the end of the night, I'm like, yeah, here, take it, And now she's got like 20 or 30, and they're all on the front of her refrigerator with little magnets.
That's awesome.
And I was up at the National Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York. It's kind of like, it's the coolest place if you're a fan of comedy. And I thought, the front of her refrigerator, somebody here would probably be interested to have that, know, because it's so weird. Yeah.
You talk about interesting places. When you were doing your TV show, did you have to live in California? Is that where you filmed everything, like a studio near L.A.?
Yeah. Well, the reason I went to L.A. is I'd gotten to the point, and I was on the road. I did year after year. I was doing 500 shows a year, and I'd gotten to the point I was headlining every comedy club in the country, and I could not get on the Tonight Show. And I would send them tapes, and they would just mail them back. They wouldn't even open them, but I guess because I lived in Smyrna, Georgia. And and my wife said to me one day, you're never going to know what you could do with this if we don't go to New York or L.A. You're just not. And crap, I'm a country guy. I didn't want to do it, but we were like the Clampetts. We packed up the car and drove across country.
Right.
And we had been there for 2 weeks, and I was doing a set one night at the Improv, and the talent coordinator for the Tonight Show followed me. I came off stage, and he followed me into the lobby, and he goes, how come you haven't done the Tonight Show? And I said, because you won't open my tapes. You just mail them back.
Right. You keep mailing it back to me.
And 3 weeks later, I'm on Johnny Carson. And so, it was it's like once you were there, people were like, okay, we'll take you seriously. You're in the game. And I never was really looking for a sitcom. It just kind of came out of that. And honestly, it's probably out of everything I've done in my career, it was the thing I enjoyed the least because it was so life-consuming. And I was reading stuff going, this isn't funny. I would rather just go out and do stand-up.
Right. Did you get a bunch of hangers-on out there, Jeff, that were trying to tell you, hey, well, maybe if you got a spray tan, maybe if we got you some more Botox, maybe if you dyed your hair blonde, did they try to flip you completely?
They tried to get me to lose my accent. That was the biggest thing I would get. I remember one time I was working in New York, and it was well-intentioned, but the manager of the club, he goes, look, nothing on, right? I don't want to hurt your freaking feelings, but you have got to take voice lessons and lose that stupid accent you got. And I'm like, well, where I live, you have the stupid accent.
Right. So, exactly.
I was very hard-headed about it and didn't do it, and I'm so glad I didn't. But I'm like, hell, this is the way I talk. If you're funny, you're funny.
Right.
So,
you can't tell a redneck joke if you sound like Joe Pesci. I don't think it works that way, does it?
Exactly. Exactly. It's not going to work for Joe. So I'm glad that, because I thought, well, at least a quarter of the country talks like I do. This is how I talk. So.
And Jeff Foxworthy is going to be playing the Fishers Event Center February 21st, 8 o'clock. It's presented by HSEF. Tickets are on sale right now. How's the family, Jeff? You've got your hand in so many things. Do you still have time to, do the family stuff?
They're the priority. They always have been. Even when my kids were growing up, even in the middle of the blue collar comedy tour stuff, for 10 or 12 years, I would rent a plane and I would fly home every night after a show. And so if I say I was doing a show in St. Louis, I'd do the show, walk off stage, get on the plane, I'd fly back to Atlanta. And I wouldn't get back till 1 or 2, but I'd get up at 6 and I'd take my kids to school. Then I'd go pick them up from school, and then I'd get back on the plane and go to the next show, because I figured it was giving me 100 more days a year with my kids. And so now I'm kind of to the point in life, people say, why don't you retire? And I go, crap, I still love doing it. What am I going to do? So But now I kind of base it around my grandkids. So I'm very blessed. They live close, and I'll go do stuff with them, hang out with them. But now I'm on Delta because it's a lot cheaper than renting that plane. And, I'll go fly out and go do a show, and I come back home. So to me, it's the best of both worlds. Because and my kids are now grown and they talk to me every day. So you look back and go, oh man, that was money well spent. Because at the end of the day, being a good dad it's more important than being a good comedian. That's right. That's more my identity. But thank God I didn't have to choose between the two.
Okay, so last thing here before we let you go, I'm going to ask you for a little bit of advice here, like dad to dad, okay? So
all right.
I'm 46 years old, and I realized watching this last Super Bowl, I was officially my dad because I had no idea who any of these people singing the anthem, doing the halftime show were. And my wife, bless her heart, she pointed out that now when I get up, there's a little bit of a rock and there's a little bit of a grunt. And I used to make fun of my dad for doing that. And I'm like, holy hell, I've turned into my dad. Was there ever a time where you realized, oh my God, I'm the old man? Or maybe I've turned into my grandfather or somebody like that?
Oh, yeah. My kids call those noises, by the way, they call them OMNs, old man noises. So, like, when you stand up, you do the OMNs. Like, I used to do jokes about, because my granddad would come home, and he'd stand out in the front yard, and it's not like they had a nice yard. It was kind of a crappy yard, but he'd stand out there with a garden hose for like an hour every night watering, and I just used to think, oh, my God, how boring are you out of... And now I realize he was doing that because nobody was talking to him, during that. And I'm like, hell, he's on to a good thing. And so, hell, you drive by my house at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm out there with a garden hose, baby.
Oh, that's perfect. That is brilliant. All right, man. Check him out. It's a show presented by the Hamilton Southeastern Education Foundation. It's the Legacy Celebration. It's a fundraiser, but tickets are open to the public. February 21st. It's a Friday. You can make it date night. Tickets are on sale right now at the Fishers Event Center. Jeff, man, you've always been really kind to our program here in Indianapolis. We appreciate you, and have a great time, and have a great show.
Man, always great talking to you, and I appreciate your help. Come see me. We'll hang out. You can open up if you want to. So
I'm in. Don't threaten me with a good time, Jeff. I'm in, my man. All right, man.
All right, brother. Thank you, Ben, for having me.
You got it. See ya. All right. Let's give away some tickets to go see Jeff Foxworthy. We went a little long there, but that's fine. Let's just take caller number 9 right now. 239-9393. You don't have to sing along with me or anything. I'll just give you the tickets. Caller number 9, 239-9393. Jeff Foxworthy at the Fishers Event Center, February 21st. 239-9393. Caller 9. Good luck.
Well, if you think you're way too busy to exercise and be healthy, then you're wrong. I'm living proof. My wife is living proof. We both have full-time jobs. It's the way I felt when I started exercising at Exercise Inc. You show up once a week for your private 20-minute workout. It's helped me lose weight. It's helped me build muscle. It's the private studios. It's just you and your coach. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to lose some weight. And you might get off some of those prescription meds. There's 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. ExerciseInc.com. That's ExerciseInc.com. Go there today, sign up for a free consultation, and please tell them Nigel sent you. It's once a week. It's 20 minutes. It's getting you the exercise, the physical movement your body needs and your body craves. Again, there are tons of success stories on their Facebook pages and at their website, exerciseinc.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. If your garage floor looks bad with stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your entire garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job or chipping paint makes your garage or basement look worse. With one quick call to 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, I can save you $1,000 on a new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor during our winter sale. A Comer & Cross concrete floor coating is the gold standard. Guaranteed. A Comer & Cross garage floor won't chip, crack, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. What's the Comer & Cross difference? We make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And one day, you will love your gleaming, new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor just in time for spring. Call us right now for $1,000 in savings during our winter sale. Operators are standing by now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
All right, Matt Bear, sorry to make you wait. Go ahead.
Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Inbound 65 on a 6-minute delay. MLK to Meridian Penn. And we have a crash on I-65-70. It's going southbound, just south of Washington Street, blocking the center lane, causing a slowdown to Washington. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. This is Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, right now it's 35 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We went long with Micah Beckwith. We went longer with Jeff Foxworthy, so we got to take another break. But when we come back, Indy Spanglish, Jerry Lopez, he's ready to spit some fire about these property taxes. We got caller roulette on the way. Is this anything's coming up? Come on back.
Guys, if you're feeling tired, lacking motivation and drive, gaining weight, or even noticing a loss of muscle mass, these are all signs of low T. They could be signs of low testosterone, and you shouldn't wait to find out. Low T Center makes it easy to get your levels checked. Simple test. With their on-site labs, you'll get results back right there, and then they can start treating you specifically for your testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT.
The Low T Center experts, they take care of so many different things for men's health. Yes, testosterone is a big deal, but they can also screen you for some cancers. They can check you for sleep apnea, and you can even be evaluated to see if you qualify for GLP-1 weight loss medications. The Low T Center, they do it all for men. And if you refer another patient, you get $150 in store credit. LowTCenter.com. Book that appointment today. LowTCenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family heating and air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Your local news coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. Here's Fox News.
Lawsuits over funding and staffing cuts and access to government records. Elon Musk, who's spearheading the effort, telling reporters in the Oval Office.
There are good people who are in the federal bureaucracy, but you can't have an autonomous federal bureaucracy. You have to have one that is responsive to the people. That's the whole point of a democracy.
President Trump adding he hopes judges will let him do what he was elected to do. He also says he'll abide by court decisions but will appeal. Trump Budget Director Russell Vought telling Fox Business.
All we're trying to do, DOJ and OMB at the behest of the president, is to get a handle on the waste, the inefficiency, the fraud, and quite frankly, the degree to which these agencies have been weaponized against the American people. And USAID is a perfect example of that in terms of wasting our taxpayer dollars.
The Democrats say that federal foreign aid agency has programs that help millions of people around the world, and that the Trump administration is attacking public employees.
You should be respected, not rejected. You should be lifted up, not torn down.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries vowing to stand with civil servants until all Trump executive orders are reversed. A new lawsuit filed today says the foreign aid freeze has left more than 170 American small businesses with unpaid bills. The King of Jordan in the Oval Office earlier today.
One of the things that we can do right away is take 2,000 children that are either cancer children or in very ill state to Jordan.
But he's still rejecting a call to take in Palestinians displaced from Gaza under a Trump rebuilding plan. King Abdullah says regional partners will answer that with their own plan. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It could impact the way you drive. Temperatures in the mid-30s with plenty of clouds over the circle. The radar's clear. That could change tomorrow. Low at 21 tonight. A winter weather advisory goes into effect Wednesday at 1. Keep an eye on that. I'm Harrison Silcox for the Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Roads are likely going to be slick tomorrow with snow and freezing rain possibly moving through Indiana, says Mike Kosh at the National Weather Service.
If you're in like Hamilton or Boone County or northern Marion County, that kind of thing, there's more of a concern of freezing rain up that way. But there's still a chance we could see some freezing rain, as far south as southern Marion County as well.
Kosh says multiple storms are on the way this week, so expect a few inches of snow. A significantly scaled-back version of Governor Mike Brown's property tax plan has been given initial approval. Here's Kurt Darling.
The bill cleared the Senate's Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee Tuesday morning. It still has relief for homeowners over 65 and includes certain caps on property taxes for 2026, as well as on future increases after that. that. But the original bill would have seen local government funding cut by around $1.6 billion over the next 3 years. The version that was approved Tuesday scales that number back to roughly $687 million. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Morgan County Data Center project, which involves rezoning about 300 acres in central Indiana, is getting some pushback, with Monrovia Town Council President Tammy Everett raising concerns about noise and pollution.
We just plain need more information and more time to process. We have asked for information, but have been told everyone associated with the town must sign a non-disclosure agreement if they want to know what's going on.
The data center is planned near State Road 42. It's between West Union and North Antioch Roads, if you're curious. On Monday, the Morgan County Planning Commission approved the plan and moved it to the commissioner's desks for final approval. And if you're tired of these increased egg prices, you're not alone, says Carol Rogers, an economist with Indiana University.
Where it really hurts is with restaurants and with food manufacturers.
Rogers tells Wish TV egg prices could soon go north of $5 or $6 after a farm in Seymour had to kill about 2 million egg-laying birds, all because of the bird flu. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
The traffic on the 5s at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Harrison, looking at eastbound 70, just 3-minute delay from Harding Street into the South Split. Southbound 65, stop and go traffic from 29th to Meridian, Bedford, 8-minute delay. And then if you're continuing on to Greenwood, southbound 65, that is a breakdown near Michigan Street, blocking the center lane and jamming us up back into the North Split. Looking at Allisonville Road at 82nd Street, that's a crash reported. Inbound 69 slows a little bit, 96 to 82nd. Eastbound 465 stop and go from Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road, and northbound 65 in Boone County. Road work near County Road 550 South. It's closing the left lane. Traffic is jammed back to Whitestown Parkway. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched up to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Restrictions apply. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Winter weather advisories will be in place from 1 p.m. Wednesday to 4 a.m. Thursday as a mix of rain and freezing rain and sleet will slide in Wednesday afternoon and night. Potential for some light ice accumulation with best chance for snow north of Indy. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters
are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Well, Hammer, it looks like the Indiana Republicans caved. They caved. The Senate panel. They advanced some sort of scaled-down version of Governor Braun's property tax plan, right? And there's some people that aren't too happy with it.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm getting nothing, nada, no relief from me, but these quote-unquote Republicans on this tax committee, they bought into all the fear-mongering, right? They bought into all the doomsday, well, the schools were closed and the firefighters will lose their jobs. They bought that crap. And people are ticked off, and rightfully so. Let's go to the hotline right now and bring on WIBC contributor, flamethrower on social media at Indy Spanglish. Jerry Lopez joins us. Jerry, I can't be the only one that's ticked off here.
No, you're definitely not. And one of the worst parts about today is we got to hear Rob say he was right the whole day. I mean, this is
you just made it worse. I didn't think it could get worse, Jerry, and you made it worse. Thanks.
When I first met him, I was like, "You're not good for business." But it's bad when he is spot on every single time. Indiana's got to be done with just being happy of being ruled by somebody that has an R next to their name, because it sure feels like a D. And I'm not talking about Elon Musk's new username, right?
No.
Like this whole thing is just ridiculous. They're going to give cuts to people that probably should have had them from the beginning. Disabled vets and people over 65, that should have gone without saying.
Yeah, I'm not upset that they're getting cuts or, there's going to be some sort of perk for first-time homeowners that meet some sort of threshold. But the whole point of this was everyday people who do things right, who pay their taxes. We were told that, it was going to go back to 2021. Might not be a big deal, but it's a little bit of tax relief for, slabs like us. But here comes Go ahead.
The vast majority of us are the ones that pay taxes that support the system that everybody else uses. If anybody needs the relief, it's the taxpayer that goes and busts his humps every day, is dealing with the inflation, is dealing with all these other crises at the same time, and we get no relief once again.
And the thing that really it's the cherry on top of the sundae. Some of these butt sniffers campaigned and lied to people about, oh, yeah, we're going to lower costs. You're right. Property tax reform. It's a big deal. Vote for me. I'm going to get in there and make sure we do things right. This is Senate Bill 1, Jerry, the most important bill, the thing the governor cares the most about, and they couldn't wait to dismantle it.
The governor went to, when he was campaigning to Rob's show, showed up with a property tax bill. It got gutted. He came back with a revised bill that worked for everybody, and then they gutted that. What does that tell you about the Senate?
It's a mess, man. It's
none
a
of it
mess.
makes any sense to me. It's so ridiculous. Like you said, Senate Bill 1, we couldn't get number 1 passed.
Now, Jerry, you've spoken, I know, with some of these senators that are on the list, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've heard you talk about this. I've even heard Rob talk about it. Some of these folks have been the first one to say, oh, that Rob Kendall, those WIBC guys, they're full of crap. They don't know what they're talking about. But they never wanted to confront anybody. They never wanted to have the conversations face to face. Is that correct?
And that you're 100% spot on. So complete disclosure, because of my social media, I've worked with a lot of people on the right that are running campaigns, just how to run social media, doing little things for them. So we have a little bit of a relationship that started before WIBC. Now I get into WIBC and I'm working with Rob, and Rob pulls them all to task, holds them all in front of the table, and they come to me and they say he's wrong. He's wrong. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I reached out to Kyle Walker. He's on the list of people. And I said, hey, man, this is going to be the talk of the town all day. Please explain to me what's going on, because as far as I know, people like me, people like you guys aren't getting any relief. And he said, no, this is going to help out a lot of people. And I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's only people over 65, first-time homeowners who have a financial restriction, and disabled vets. That leaves out a lot of people. He said, well, it helps people in other ways. And I said, Rob Kendall's calling BS. He's inviting you on the show between 9 and 12 tomorrow. What time works for you? I didn't get a response after that. That was at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, Jerry, so what can people do next? I mean, this is not the last iteration of this bill. We have a few quarters to go, so to speak. What's next after this? And what can average Joe Sixpack do?
I mean, we need to just hammer those phone lines when you see these people in public. Ask them what they're doing. The same way we go after Todd Ricchito or anybody else that's running that just isn't doing what they're supposed to do. Victoria Sparks was another person that people kind of went after when they saw her. They got to be held accountable, first of all. Second of all, we need to just stop being happy with somebody having an R. We always talk about primarying people, but I don't think we ever really do. We need to get more out there and just stop saying, well, we have a supermajority, because it doesn't feel like it's really working for the taxpayer.
So we've got the names of all of these wishy-washy Republicans posted on our Facebook and our Twitter. Just look for Hammer and Nigel. If you want to reach out to them, all you got to do is go into Google, type in, who is my Indiana state senator? It'll bring up a link. You just type in your address, bada bing, bada boom. It'll bring up who your reps are, and there'll be a phone number. There'll be an email, call, email. And I don't know if it changes anything, Jerry, but these people have to know that this is crap.
Hey, listen, if they're going to do what they want to do regardless, they might as well hear it from us. They might as well hear it from us.
What's next for you? Are you coming on with Tony Kennett this week?
Yeah. So I'll be on with Tony on Thursday for Awful Tweets, and looking forward to that. I'm sure we'll have some of these in there.
Absolutely. Find him on Twitter or Facebook, social media at Indy Spanglish. Jerry Lopez, thank you.
Hey, have a good day.
So, the Borders are Tom Homan did a rare press conference today. He's normally not a press conference guy. He'll do some interviews. He'll sit down with the news networks.
He certainly won't hold back when he does those interviews.
Correct. So he was outside today, had a little press gaggle, as they call it, and he was asked if he's satisfied so far with the number of ICE arrests.
I'm not. The arrests, if you look at the arrests in the interior enforcement, it's about 3 times higher than it was a year ago today. 3 times higher is good, but I'm not satisfied. There's more criminal aliens that need to be arrested, hundreds of thousands. Sanctuary cities are putting roadblocks up. We got leaks. So we need to increase the arrests of illegal aliens, especially those with criminal convictions. So we're going to continue. So 3 times higher is good. The numbers are good. For me, not good enough. We got to get more.
You hear what he said about leaks? Covered that yesterday on this show.
Yes. Pam Bondi's not happy. The FBI are the ones that are allegedly behind these links, which is why they're screwing around, trying to screw over the Kash Patel confirmation process. But go back to Tom Homan here. Yeah. He was also asked about these sanctuary cities.
Attorney General Pam Bondi is going to investigate them. We're going to hold them accountable. Sanctuaries are sanctuary criminals. End of story. They're sanctuary for criminals. Let us in the county jail to arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a county jail. It's safer for the alien, it's safer for the officer, it's certainly safer for the community. Any sanctuary city that purposely released public safety threats back into public is stupid. I mean, let us arrest a bad guy in the jail, because what the sanctuary cities are seeing, I already see the stories. Non-criminals are being arrested at a higher rate, and they're going to keep being arrested at a higher rate, because we can't arrest that bad guy in the jail. We got to go to the community. When we go in the community, we won't find a bad guy. When we find a bad guy, he's probably with others that aren't a criminal priority, but they're going to get arrested too. We're not going to tell ICE agents, ignore the oath you took, ignore the laws of immigration enforcement, just arrest a criminal. No, we're taking everybody. So sanctuary cities are going to get exactly what they don't want. More agents in the neighborhoods and more non-criminals being arrested, because they forced us in the community.
Fancy talk for Don't Threaten Me with a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Hammer looking at inbound 65 stop and go traffic 29th at 2 Meridian Penn, and eastbound 70 slows from Harding into the south split. On the east side, northbound 465 slow roll Penn Pike up to IA-69. Southbound 6570, that's all clear to Michigan Street, so we're good to go there. We do slow down a bit at Washington. Eastbound 465 slow from Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road, Boone County. Northbound 65, a stall after, this is construction after County Road 550 South, and right now traffic is backed up to Whitestown Parkway. Traffic sponsored by the Tile Shop. Pros get more at the Tile Shop, more selection like new wood and vinyl flooring options for every budget. More perks and more service like free curbside pickup. Start getting more at the Tile Shop. Visit your local showroom today. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
36 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up here in just about 15 minutes, we will do a round of caller roulette.
Oh, no.
Should be pretty fiery today. People are ticked off. And I'm hoping that Lib Lady on the YouTube, this no doubt toothless cat woman, calls into caller roulette, because I've invited her. I put out an olive branch and invited this woman on. So she likes to run her mouth on the YouTube chat, do it on the show. But that's not coming up until 5:33. Up next, a fun, intoxicating round of Is This Anything? Come on back.
Well, according to Barron's, by the way, is a financial newspaper that follows financial information, market developments, relevant stats. They're saying the average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income. You multiply that by 10 or 20 years, that adds up to like hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
Free is good. Free is a good thing. And right now, Bill Demery, your retirement guy, my retirement guy here in Indy, he is offering a free, customized Social Security analysis. What this does is tells you how to get every last penny, wring every last nickel out of your benefits. So if you've saved more than $200,000 for retirement but have not yet filed for Social Security, what are you waiting for? Get this free analysis done by our pal Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Don't miss one of the hottest games this season for the final time.
Halliburton, the lob to the goal. Caught and dunked by Neesmith.
Catch the Pacers and Knicks in a special ticket offer.
Goes to the corner where Siakam takes it, marches right down the right side and flushes it with the right hand.
Your Pacers are honoring Pascal Siakam's All-Star selection with tickets starting at $4.30 for the Knicks game on Tuesday. Get your tickets at Pacers.com. Pacers Knicks, $4.30 tickets for Tuesday at 7:30.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The 30th Annual Indiana Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo is back and better than ever. February 14th through 16th and 19th through 23rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Featuring the Midwest's largest selection of motorcycles, side-by-sides, ATVs, gear, accessories, and more. Plus, Bikers Showcase, Tiny Tots Riding Adventure, and the pioneers of Hoosier motorcycling. Your ticket also includes admission to the Ford Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. Visit IndySportShow.com, another Renfro production.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. We are brought to you by Window Nation. Hammer, 60% off all style of windows. Woo! You don't pay anything for 2 years at Window Nation, and all style windows 60% off.
Good, because my property taxes aren't going down. I need the 60% off now.
Even if you're just thinking about getting windows, you don't have to replace the whole house, even if it's just one or two windows. 866-90-NATION, and ask a rep for a free quote, or go to windownation.com.
Is this anything? Some video going around. I think Rolling Stone was the first one to put this out there. Kid Rock had a little situation on Saturday night. Some were saying he threw a temper tantrum. on stage in Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
He came out as like a surprise performer for the birthday party of Bon Jovi's keyboardist. I guess it's one of his buddies. So here's most of the train wreck performance he gave. It begins with him asking for Proud Mary in the key of G, but he kind of starts singing it differently. He wants the crowd to clap on beat, and then he yells them, and then the whole thing is a mess.
Proud Mary, we'll do a G. Yeah, lift the child in the city. Working for... No, wait, hold on. Let's do like a lift the child in the city. Working for the man.
Well, that wasn't his fault if the band played it in a different key.
Till I hear some ride, big wheels keep on turning.
That's actually Allison.
Oh. Really?
Hey, stop. If you ain't gonna clap, we gonna sing. That's how it's gonna work. Okay. Don't get too fast. I was rolling.
All right. Man, it doesn't sound that bad.
I don't think it's
Rolling Stone article, because it's Kid Rock and Rolling Stone is ultra liberal, left wing.
And it's not like this is a big sold out concert with his own musicians. The clapping has gotten a little quiet.
I've heard, okay, you can stop. I've heard artists don't like clapping because it's offbeat sometimes. It'll throw you off. I don't know. I don't think it sounded that bad. I don't think this is anything. I think that Rolling Stone reporting on this that doesn't like Kid Rock, and Kid Rock is extremely pro-Trump, pro-conservative, pro-MAGA. Oh, it's a train wreck, but I didn't hear anything there. I swear, it's just like this business sometimes where you and I will get done with a segment, and I'll throw my headphones down. That was a crap break. I sucked, blah, 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 blah. And then nobody notices. Nobody really, nobody... No,
you're your own worst critic sometimes.
You're your own worst critic, but this isn't even Kid Rock being his own worst critic. It's a left-wing liberal rag saying, oh, my gosh, he started singing in the key of A, but it was the key of G, and then the crowd wasn't clapping along. Now, I don't think this is any...
Meanwhile, if Sam Smith went up there wearing a pair of panties and a bra and just farted, Rolling Stone would say, oh, what genius. Oh, he's going against the grain. What a creative genius.
Put that microphone right up to his butt. Oh, it sounded great.
You mentioned Kid Rock's politics here. This town kind of takes us into this next story. Is this anything? Kid Rock allegedly went home with Representative Lauren Boebert the other night, Matt Baer's future ex-wife. This was after an evening where they were hanging out, doing debaucherous stuff. They got into a cab together at 2:30 in the morning. Kid Rock possibly doing the hibbity-dibbity with Lauren Boebert. Is this anything?
God love her. Congratulations. What is she? Is she Colorado? I don't know.
Yes.
She's got that big body tattoo up the side, like flames or something like that. Good for her. I mean, Kid Rock's 54. She's in her 30s.
Oh, she's older than that.
Mid-30s.
Okay.
She's not in her 50s. She's not in her 40s.
Right, because she's a grandma now, but
well, yeah,
her kid also had a kid pretty young, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kid Rock took home a grandma the other night, but it's a grandma that's not bad. Not bad. Like, take the politics all out of this kind of stuff. If you're Kid Rock, that's a good score, right?
Boom.
And the politics probably just added extra to it for him, but yeah, good for him. That's a good hookup. Man, this one's kind of a bummer. Is this anything? A plane owned by Vince Neil of Motley Crue crashed into another aircraft on a runway at the Scottsdale Municipal Airport.
Yeah, I saw that. Vince Neil was not on the plane, right?
No, he was not on there, but his girlfriend was. She's okay. There was one fatality. The collision was caught on camera. We're going to play you some audio here. You can hear the Learjet 35 like skidding on gravel and then hitting the Gulfstream 200 business jet.
Boy. Yeah, I've never been on a private jet before. I hear a lot about these kinds of incidents. You hear a lot more about these kinds of incidents. Brett Michaels from Poison, by the way, tweeted out that it was the pilot that was killed. No confirmation of that. I don't, like, my wife is getting ready to fly out on a chartered flight here in a couple of weeks. And like, I think about this and it gets me anxiety. It really does. Especially out of everything that's happened in the past couple of weeks with plane crashes, private planes. We have the Black Hawk helicopter and the D.C. Crash that happened there. We had some military jets that crashed. I just, I don't know if we're in a spat here of just bad luck or what to make out of it, but it's scary for sure.
You know what's scary?
It's rare.
Is the concept of doing open phones without screening the calls. We call it caller roulette.
Come on.
So, if you want to talk about these weak-ass Republicans on the tax committee that gave most Hoosiers a double-barrel middle finger, and I'm doing it right now on the YouTube chat, because that's what you got from these Republicans, you can talk about that. If you want to talk about the Super Bowl, you can do that. If you want to talk about how attractive Nigel looks in his hoodie today, you can do that. Anything goes.
Okay.
And again, Lib Lady, we're inviting you to come on the show. You like to run your mouth on Twitter? So call in. Let's go. Put your money where your toothless mouth is. 239-9393. That's the number. 239-9393. All we ask is you do not swear and you keep it brief. Other than that, let the good times roll. Anything goes. 239-9393. Your calls right after the news with Harrison Silcox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Preparing for some bad weather. 35 degrees, cloudy downtown. Radar's clear, low of 29 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Indiana's going to have to deal with several of the winter storms this week. Ryan Hedrick says the storm with the biggest impact shows up tomorrow.
The storm rolls in Wednesday afternoon, bringing several inches of snow to some parts of Indiana and freezing rain to others.
If you're in like Hamilton or Boone County or northern Marion County, it's more of a concern of freezing rain. But there's still a chance we could see some freezing rain, as far south of southern Marion County as well.
Mike Kosh of the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says they're watching another storm that will take place this weekend, but they're uncertain about the precipitation type because it's too far out. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Steuben County Sheriff's Office is trying to find a registered sex offender named Mitchell Hefner, but he may already be in another state.
The last we knew, he was driving a black 2008 Mercury Milan passenger vehicle with an Indiana license plate of NGG747.
Chief Deputy Sheriff Michael Meeks. Hefner is wanted for failing to register as a sex or violent offender. You can learn more about him at WIBC.com. President Donald Trump says he had a good meeting today with the King of Jordan.
We had a great discussion, terrific discussion concerning Gaza and everything else. We had discussions also about Saturday at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a big moment. We'll see what happens. I don't expect much happening with these people.
The two spoke about Trump's proposal to relocate Palestinians from the Gaza Strip. A significantly scaled-back version of Governor Mike Braun's property tax plan was given initial approval. Here's Kurt Darling.
The bill cleared the Senate's Tax and Fiscal Policy Committee Tuesday morning. It still has relief for homeowners over 65 and includes certain caps on property taxes for 2026, as well as on future increases after that. But the original bill would have seen local government funding cut by around $1.6 billion over the next 3 years. The version that was approved Tuesday scales that number back to roughly $687 million. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
With traffic at 532, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, we are looking at eastbound 465 on the northeast side. It's not stop-and-go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Crashes in Carmel, one at 116th Street of Pennsylvania, another one 146th Street east of US 31 Meridian. Also looking at a crash on the northeast side, Allisonville Road at 82nd Street. Boone County northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic at County Road 550 South because of construction. Inbound 65, heavy, slow, 21st to the north split, 4-minute delay. Eastbound 70 into the south split has cleared up. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Winter weather advisories will be in place from 1 p.m. Wednesday to 4 a.m. Thursday as a mix of rain and freezing rain and sleet will slide in Wednesday afternoon and night. Potential for some light ice accumulation with best chance for snow north of Indy. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
I got a feeling today's it's going to have a little extra something to it, Nige. Just got a gut feeling.
Why?
Why? Are you not getting screwed on property taxes, or am I missing something here?
I'm just worried. It doesn't matter the reason why. I'm more... okay, let's just take the calls. Let's just get it over with.
Nigel just sucked all the juice right out of this room. Well, now I don't even want to do it. God.
Ooh, come on.
All right.
Do it. Come on.
Again, do not swear and keep it brief. John is up first. John, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, first of all, Nigel, suck it up, Buttercup. I want to put something into perspective. 5 years ago this time was the beginning of COVID. What went up? Energy prices. People quit working. They started printing money. I hate to quote Rob, but whatever. A 2x4 was $1.99. They went up to $9.99. A sheet of half-inch OSB was $18. They went up to $55. Why? Because I had a materials list in January of 2021, and I shorted myself one 2x4 and one sheet of OSB, and that's what I paid for the final two pieces. Therefore, my home that I bought for $100,000, if it burns down now, it's $300,000 to rebuild it. They took out 30-some thousand homes in Middle Morgan County when they built I-69. They don't make any more dirt. You can't afford the materials bill to build a new house. Therefore, all the prices on the houses went skyrocket. My taxes doubled in in 21, and again this year. I went from $300 every 6 to $1,200 every 6 in 4 years. House payment went up $400 a month. My insurance doubled. Just throwing it out there, man.
Well, John, you're going to have to suck it up, too, because the mayor of Carmel says they might not have to have fake statues in the street if you get a break on your property taxes.
That's what it said. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Thank you,
Thanks,
John.
guys.
You got it. Eric is up next. Eric, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. I want to say I love the show. You're the highlight of my day at most days.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
My gripe is my property tax went up $800, and I can't even vote for mayor because I live in the county, and I owned a business in the town for 20 years, so I can't even vote for mayor.
Well, again, I'm going to give you the same excuse that these wishy-washy Republicans gave, Eric. If you, as tax-paying citizen who runs a business, gets any sort of break, then all of these schools will just go belly up, and the children may all die of starvation.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not super happy with the school system anyway. I've got an 18-year-old that just graduated, and it was just a mess. They did him no favors whatsoever.
I got it, man. I got you. Gary is up next. Gary, welcome to the show.
Hey, Hammer.
Yo.
You know I love you guys.
But.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Don't take this personal. But do you know what makes me sick?
Nigel's farts?
No. Every time you try to sing Come on, man. Is that just radio jive, or are you really that far out of tune?
Gary, let me ask you this. Who would do a better halftime show, Kendrick Lamar or me?
Oh, that's a tough question.
See, there you go. There you go. See, it can't be that bad. Bill is up next. Bill, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Radio jive, I believe.
Yeah, all this talk about property taxes and so forth. I actually got through to the governor's office and 3 of those other idiots. And so the message is for Rob. The money's on the dresser.
Okay. Thank you, Bill.
Money's on the dresser.
There's some sort of like you got screwed, like
a prostitution reference there or something.
Yes.
I need to go back and listen to that again.
Yeah, I think he wanted that to be a little bit edgier than it came out. Like all I took from it is he may have had gay sex with Rob. Let's go to Jim. Jim, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey guys. Hey, I just got 2 things. One is you've probably seen Christmas Vacation and the scene where Chevy Chase is working on the lights and he's trying to get his son Rusty to help him work on the lights, and he's like, oh, I got to wash the dog. I got to do my homework. I got to, go to bed. I got to
feed the hog, I believe is one of the excuses.
I've talked to 2 different Republican state senators about property tax. Oh, man, I got to wash the dog. I got to wash the car. I need to go to bed. I need to do homework as they walk away, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, no, I can't talk about that. So here's the other thing I want. I think Trump needs to get on a regular basis with Joe Rogan, Dan Bongino, Sean Hannity, have a roundtable discussion so that everybody in the country knows what he's doing and keeps them current, because there's a whole bunch of crap flying around all over the place, and it's real confusing. So anyway, that's my 2 points, but I've got to go wash the dog, do my homework and go to bed.
Right on. Thank you, Jim. And that's kind of what Jerry Lopez, Spanglish, was saying.
Right.
He's talked to these dudes and he said, hey, what's going on here? Oh, IBC and Rob, they don't get it. Well, explain it to them. Well, I got to wash the dog. I mean, that's what's happening here. Mike is up next. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, fellas, this is Mike Ernest, Republican City Councilman for the city of Beech Grove. How you guys doing?
Awesome, man. Awesome. God's country down there.
That's right. Hey, I just wanted to call and celebrate you guys on how much success you've had on your show.
Thank you.
For being the best show driving home from work. Thank you for your election coverage and everything you guys do, keeping the city entertained, and we love you guys. Great job. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you so much, Mike. Now, let's talk about my statue. When am I getting a statue in Beech Grove?
Hey, it's funny you mentioned that because we're coming up with the agenda for the next city council meeting, and I'll make sure that's number 1 on the list.
Because that's the kind of crap that would happen. Well, we can't afford to give you property taxes, but we got an all-gold hammer statue out back.
Could we get a street? A statue's a little much. Maybe a street? Hammer Drive or something like that.
Oh, I'll take that too.
We can use some of the property tax money to get that going for you, Hammer.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, nobody's going to get any property tax relief, but there's an all-gold hammer statue in a street, and like in Carmel's case, these fake, people, these fake mannequins out in the road.
What would be the pose for the Beech Grove statue of one Mr. Jason Hammer?
It'd almost be like a Zoolander, like YouTube. Watch this. It'd be like a quick turnaround over my shoulder right there.
Right. Okay.
Andrew is up next. Andrew, what's going on?
Hey, so I know all the other stuff we just talked about was political stuff, but I mean, to quote the intro, what does it say? Buckle up. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
So,
sure.
I got a question. I'm a blue-collar worker, and I know whenever you're on a job and there's no bathroom, duty calls.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, like, whenever you're on the radio and stuff, and, let's say you have explosive diarrhea and you're on the can and your show comes on, like, what do you do? Or, like, what if you're in the middle of the show, like, you just have your partner take over? Like, how do you do that?
I'll take that one right there. I will call in from the bathroom.
Which has happened.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I don't miss the segment. I just happen to be in a different room than everybody else.
So do you have to bring all your sound equipment into the room on the toilet with you?
Well, the toilet may have flushed on air before.
We've had an on-air flush, definitely.
Courtesy flush, as I like to call
I'll have
it.
to track this down.
Yes.
Well, what do you do when you're out on the job? Is there a bucket or
No, I've never done the bucket method. I usually just go to the gas station.
Okay.
Like, he could usually find a toilet. It's not like Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber, just sitting down, just mouth open.
At least there's a toilet there. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. Tim is up next. Tim, welcome to the show.
That last call made me think of the Naked Gun movie where he's peeing in the bathroom.
Oh, he had the microphone on. Frank Drebin had the microphone on.
That's hilarious.
Whoops.
So my question actually is for Matt.
Oh, Matt Bear. Okay.
Yeah. So I call this end of a segment. I might have been on the Cat Show, but Matt, are you a fish head?
No, I don't know if Matt Bear is listening right now. He's back in the traffic center.
Damn it.
But we'll ask him. We'll ask him for sure.
I'm looking at him. Matt just put his earphones in. Matt, are you with us?
Am I a fisherman?
Fish head.
Fish head.
No, a fish head.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, grateful, fish head. Yeah. Big fan of
fish head. No. Yeah, I like fish a lot. Okay, we're talking about fish. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of my favorite jam bands. Yeah, man.
Okay, do you like them or you consider yourself a fish head? Like, I like tater tots, but I wouldn't say I'm a tot head.
I would say I like them a lot. I like them a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
I can listen to 15 minutes of
Right on. Well, thank you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Tim. All right, here's what's going to happen right now.
Okay.
I'm going to wait 15 seconds. I don't want anybody else to call. If you are not Lib Lady, I do not want you to call right now. Put your phone down, eat a moon pie, do whatever you had to do. But I've got 15 seconds. Lib Lady, here's what's going to happen. All you do is troll us on social media. If you don't call in at 239-9393, we ban you forever from the YouTube chat.
Oh, no, you're blocking her if she doesn't call?
I want to get her on the air. Maybe we can come to some sort of resolution here, okay? Maybe she can win me over. Who knows? Maybe she can get me to vote Democrat. 239-9393.
Good luck with that.
I'm starting the clock right now. We're waiting for Lib Lady. Again, if you are not Lib Lady, just sit back, relax, and think about how all those no good, rotten Indiana Senate Republicans screwed you over. Okay, we got about 5 seconds left here. 5, 4.
Allison's on the phone with somebody.
2. Now 3 lines are ringing. They can't all be Lib Lady. Who do we got, Allison?
Well, it's Cousin Eddie and Jason.
That's not Lib Lady.
and Kim, yeah.
Okay, so that's not Lib Lady.
That's a shame.
I tell you what, tell them to wait on hold. We'll come back and get to them.
Oh.
But in the meantime, go ahead and ban Lib Lady. We gave her an olive branch. We gave her a chance to come on.
Oh, wait, she says, I'll just leave, a-hole. This is what she just said, Lib Lady on.
She could have called me an a-hole on the air. She would have been the hero to all of the women in her cat club.
All
but
right,
no,
guys.
no.
It was me.
Wouldn't that be awesome if it really were Allison?
That's why I have a separate laptop.
That's
over
how she
here.
really
It's my
feels
burner.
about us. All right. Thank you for the calls. We'll take a couple more on the backside here. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Jewelry Gram, it's your friends at Shane Company here to remind you that Valentine's Day is Friday, February 14th. It's the most romantic day of the year to give and get fine jewelry. We have expertly crafted gifts for every type of sweetheart. For the one, we'll help you propose with the dream engagement ring. Come see our wide selection of hand-picked natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. In stock and ready to compare side by side right here in our store. Or maybe you'll fall in love with a natural, colorful gemstone. At Shane Company, we're known for our sapphires in every color of the rainbow. We have options for every style and budget. Get creative and design a custom necklace with meaningful charms, including 14-karat gold letters, engravable hearts, and birthstones. Our mother-of-pearl heart-shaped collection makes a perfect gift that's ready to give. At Shane Company, love is always in the air with our unmatched free lifetime warranty, everyday competitive prices, and no-pressure shopping experience. Come see us in-store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Let's talk about getting back to your best. Lack energy, muscle mass, feel moody, or have low libido? It could be signs of low testosterone. Know your T levels. Get tested. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. The true experts are at Low T Center, and everyone's different. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program.
Get personalized treatment at Low T Center. For current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. LowTCenter.com. Book that appointment today. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office. 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Are you still thinking about what to get her this Valentine's Day? Make that special gift last forever and surprise her with a gift from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Shop the President's Day sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable deals and appliance expertise you won't find anywhere else. Visit grandappliance.com or a store near you today.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Yeah, Hammer looking at Carmel crashes. One at 116th Street in Pennsylvania. Another 146 east of US 31 crash. Northeast side, Allisonville Road at 82nd. Crash on the southeast side. It's Southeastern Avenue of Franklin Road. Inbound 65 stop and go after 21st to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 just a little slow before rural out to Emerson Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, you no good rotten bums. We need about 20 more of you to hit like on the YouTube chat to get us to 100. We've been working our butts off for you today. I don't think it's asking too much to give us a thumbs up on the YouTube chat. Go to WIBC's YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We need 20 badass, sexy Hoosiers, and we'll get to where we need to be. It's 36 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Cousin Eddie is waiting on hold. Cousin Eddie, how the heck are you?
Well, I just wanted to know I did you a favor. I ran over that old lady as she was going after to get her cat.
Jeez. Well, we don't want her harmed. Yeah. No. We just wanted her to call in. Like, think about how many trolls would have loved to have that opportunity that Lib Lady had.
Trolls get to the front of the line.
Right.
On these call-in segments.
If you want to rip me, rip Nige, Tony Katz, Casey, Rob, whoever, you get to the front of the line. Even Allison. It's about time somebody called in and ripped Allison once in a while.
No thanks.
Kim is up next. Kim, what's up?
Hello. Big fan. WIBC all day long. I am -3. Rob said he was -3 of 84. Yep, I graduated from high school then. Doesn't matter. I did vote for Mondale. Don't hold that against me because I was raised by libs. My point is I watched the news, Fox News today with Elon, and his little kiddo next to the president.
And they were in the Oval Office.
The kid was picking his nose and eating his boogers.
Oh, no.
I pick my nose in private, but not next to the president. Just saying, Elon needs to teach his nanny how to teach his kid how to pick his nose and not eat his boogers.
That kid's like 3.
Now, to be fair, it is kind of a power move that you're not intimidated by the president. It's like, listen, I don't care who you are, where I'm at, this booger's coming out. Like, that's kind of a power move, right? It's like when Donald Trump told Chris Christie, you're going to have the meatloaf. That's what Elon's kid did right there. I'm going to pick the burger.
Order whatever you want on the menu, but you're having the meatloaf.
Jason gets the last word. What's up, Jason? And that's how we do caller roulette. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Man, this is a wild show today. See, where else are you guys going to get this kind of stuff,
This is an interesting show today for sure.
This is why we're number one. You guys are awesome. Thank you for playing along with us. And if you missed anything, we have got another hour to go. We will reset what exactly happened with this property tax bill today. Don't believe these headlines when they say property tax bill is moving forward. As Chuck D of Public Enemy once said, don't believe the hype. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Know this about retirement. More than anything else, you have to have a strategy when you're filing for your Social Security, because according to Barron's, this financial publication, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income. And, you multiply that by 10 or 20 years, it could easily add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Check this out. If you've saved more than $200,000, but you have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now with Bill Demery. A free, customized Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy. He's my retirement guy, Nigel's retirement guy here in Indy. All you have to do is give him a call to set up the free appointment. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Hey, this is Travis from Life Church. Do you have questions about God, faith, or church? What if there's a place you could ask them without embarrassment, judgment, or shame? That's the Alpha Course. Bring your questions and we'll even feed you dinner. We'll talk about who Jesus is, what he did on the cross, and what that means for you without the commitment of joining a church. The Alpha Course begins on Monday nights at 6:30 at Life Church Noblesville, beginning March 3rd. Go to lifechurchin.com for more information and to register.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.